Welcome, everybody, to the KQ Show, episode 34, Instructional Guide for your listening pleasure. For those new to the show, hi, I'm Kyle. I'm just like everyone else. I go to rated R movies dressed up as two kids in a trench coat. I chase leprechauns through fields and or meadows. I can lose several hours of my day with a yarn ball. But most of all, I like to talk with people. As a young lad, I had what my parents would call the gift of gab. I love conversations, cocktails, and laughs. I'll be chatting with all sorts of people, from business owners, athletes, Tommy Callahan, and that gentleman in the corner, Seabass. Episode 34 brings us talking to a scientist. I sit down with an old friend, Zack Mckelvey. Zack's just a vacuum for knowledge and probably one of the smartest people I know. He kind of gives us his pathway through the career in biology, chemistry, and he describes his current work in, follow me here, chromatography. Yeah, I messed that one up a few times for sure. I think I used chromasapien, chromosaurus. I think there was a chromostasis in there. But regardless, we did enjoy a nice bottle of scotch. We played some games, and we laughed until he slowly lost his voice. It was what we call a blasty blast. Enjoy the show. Welcome, everybody, to the KQ Show, episode 34. I'm here with, if you're ready, he's been married for almost a decade. He's got two kids. He dabbles in liquid chromatography. Also, an Adams grad, Mr. Zack Mckelvey.
Thanks for having me, Kyle. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
You're here.
Oh, I'm here. First-time attender.
First time sitting on this couch. No, so, you tried to literally explain to me how I could describe what you do for a living, and, I kept getting it wrong. So what is it that you do? What is, you said, chromostasis?
Yeah, right.
Studier of.
So, yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, like, my wife and I have been together for 18 years. She doesn't know what I do. And doesn't even, she's like, I don't care anymore. So don't try to explain it to
the words
me.
are getting longer.
You switch your job, like, I don't know, you paying the bills? All right, that's all that matters. I don't know what you do. My background is in chemistry. That's what I went to school for. And then my focus is chromatography. So the short version of that is like you're separating out compounds, right? So it doesn't matter if it's you're making.
Scoot it a little bit closer.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're making.
I got you. Watch yourself. Right, there's
food
right there. Boom.
Or
just smash you in the face with the mic.
Hello.
It's always a good half hour until you get comfortable with where to.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if you're testing water or food or a pharmaceutical. Like there's things in it that you need to know how much is in it, right? So chromatography is a chemical process that separates all the individual components from one another so that you can say, I have X amount of this or whatever. So like when you look at the side of a can of Red Bull, it's going to say, I got this much B vitamin, this much niacin, whatever. Someone ran chromatography on that to verify those were in all the right percentages before it got put in a can.
And so when you sell the equipment that does that?
Yes. Yeah. I used to do that in a lab, and then I got into service for a while, so I would go work on the equipment, doing repairs, preventative maintenance, troubleshooting, and I did that for a while, and then I kind of like, at my previous job when I was doing that, kind of worked into like a leadership role and more of a manager, so now I'm doing quotes and things for the customers. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm doing sales, but I'm not getting paid for any of this extra work I'm doing. I'm still like the hourly guy. What am I doing here? And then I switched. I've been doing this for about 2.5 years of just the sales side of it. So it's pretty cool because I kind of just get to go to all the labs that I would have previously worked in. Some of them I have worked in, and then talk to those people about what they're working on, what's giving them trouble, and like what new projects they have coming. Like I help them work through things that are difficult or recommend products to them if they have like a new project coming.
I got you. What got you? So just because I remember like a long time ago, I asked you, I was like, it was a while ago. It was like, I think right when you got out of college or whatever, we hadn't seen each other for a while. And I was like, wait, you're doing what? Like, I just remember you just like being us just being crazy in high school, having fun. Then all of a sudden, you're like, yeah, I'm whatever, some type of bio. I'm like, you lying to me? You fucking with me right now? What? So I mean,
everyone's like, I thought you'd be living under a bridge somewhere
no,
by 22.
I'd be like, you'd be like, no, you created this new something. You'd be like,
I'm working at the Jiffy Lube on Grape Road. Yeah.
I thought better than that. But,
manager of the group.
Exactly.
Jiffy Lube and Grape Road.
Assistant, you know. I don't think you're ready to run the whole thing yet.
What? Baby steps.
It's that 5W40 I keep
think you
messing
got to
up.
get at least a degree from Ivy Tech to be the full manager.
You ain't handing those things out, I'll tell you that much.
No.
I failed 3 years.
It's competitive.
So, I mean, when you were at Adams, did you think
No.
So, I mean, what?
wasn't sure
So,
I'd graduate.
I'm saying, when you walk in, because you went to Ball State?
Yeah.
So, when you walk in, you go, I have no idea what to do biology.
No, in high school, I'm like, I just have to be, they just told me I have to be here until hockey practice. Like, I didn't give a shit. I didn't care at school. I was a terrible student. And then I kind of changed that a little bit, like towards the end, you know? And I was like, oh, I should do something with myself. Like, someone's going to care about what I did here.
Someone's, that's what did it.
Apparently, if you try to go to college, they do care about what you did in high school.
What you did.
So it's like, but Ball State, we're like, we need people. And so I went there. And it's weird because I went there for
the sex.
No, I was going to go into. I went there to go into music engineering. So basically, like us playing with our microphones, that would have been like part of my job. Like the idea was to have like work in a recording studio or go to like concert venues. Like you go with a band.
You're that background guy.
You're the guy that goes,
controlling.
yeah. The guy comes up and touches the cymbal and plays 2 guitar strings, and you go, oh, turn it up, turn it down, whatever. Look at my acoustics, blah, blah, blah. And I have a friend that did do that program, and he owns his own recording studio. Like, it seems like a cool job, but he works very hard. And I'm like, maybe I made the right decision. Yeah. Cool job, but difficult job because everybody thinks, oh, I'm going to be in the music industry. Like, I didn't think that, but I thought I'd have this kind of setup he does. It's not so easy. But anyway, a lot of that, this was really early in that program, and it was one of the only programs in the country. But it was very like physics based for like acoustic sound, pretty overkill, especially since we have computers and anybody with a laptop and stuff off Amazon can record and edit.
What are you trying to
audio,
say?
Right?
What are you trying to say right now? You're trying to say this is a low cost budget?
I'm trying to say that, you're not acoustic.
You can take the tape off of that microphone that's holding it together then. I'm just kidding.
Such a dick. You're like, okay, good podcast. On episode 35, we're going to have someone who's not a prick.
Judging my squelch on my microphones.
Is that Bears banner helping the acoustics? Or I didn't get that far into it. So they also wanted you to do all these like music performance classes. I'm like, no. I don't want to play this shit. I have no musical talent. Yeah, I don't want to play this stuff. I want to be out here like listening. I'm going to record this guy playing the violin. I can't play anything. I suck. I have no talent. So anyway, all those like prerequisite classes were really like heavy science based, math, calculus, physics, chemistry. I guess wasn't necessarily part of that, but I had to take the science courses for that Bachelor of Science thing. But it was all very heavy math and physics, and it sounds super, this is epitome of nerdy, but I really had fun in chemistry class. And I'm like, I just want to do this all the time. Like, I got excited balancing equations. Maybe because the first thing I was ever good at academically. So,
damn, I mean, it comes from like, Adams too. Adams kids aren't known for their math prowess.
No, I mean, I barely graduated. I got it, I
mean, you got the
when you're not doing well in English, college maybe isn't for you. But I made it.
You were like when you're doing the test run for graduating, you're waiting for them to pull you out. You're like, oh no, do they know?
Like, it's
a tough one.
The admissions standards. Anyway,
so that's what I mean. That's just a big transition. So what you just got tired of the class. You said, you know what, I'm gonna go.
I just liked that class, so I'm like, let me switch. Let me just take all chemistry classes. And that was late, so then I had to try to pack like 4 years into 3 years. And that was tough because I'm taking, like, all my prerequisites are gone. Usually you kind of balance them out. You're taking organic chemistry, but you're also taking fitness walking at the same time. Like all that was behind me after 2 years. So I'm just like, no, I'm going from organic chemistry to microbiology to physical chemistry. Like it was dumb. So I barely made it through that alive. Again, not well. I'm not bringing my transcript in here. Again, like I had a D equals degree mentality towards the end. I was like, I just have to get out of here. So someone gives me a job, and then turns out that's also not true. Not so given. But yeah, man, it's a really weird thing to just say, oh, you know what I think I really like to do? Study chemistry.
Yeah, that's
who does that?
Yeah, that's usually somebody that has been doing it for a while. They've been to the state fair and they had their little chemistry project there.
There was a kid that sat in the front row and was like recording all the notes while we were blowing spitballs at each other. And it's like
the kid was making volcanoes in class.
It's always a shocked face when you tell people that knew you before that, because like, this guy is like Forrest Gump IQ. I thought, like, why? How did he even?
Well, even like your hobbies. Like if I were to say, hey, tell me which one of these hobbies coincide with this person's job, like hockey, like to the point where you're damn good at hockey for sure, and then you're either fishing, hunting, doing something out there in the wilderness, hikes and everything, and he's also a chromosaurus. Chromatographosaurus.
Yeah. Right. So it's kind of like a subset of. There's lots of different things you can do in chemistry, but that's like my focus.
So what's the most interesting thing that you learned in chemistry, or that you just something cool as shit you learned?
I mean, I guess the cool part is that you always are learning stuff. Like even in my job, like I'm going and talking to all kinds of different people. So whether you're making soft drinks, like I was talking about the Red Bull analysis, or you're creating cancer drugs, like it covers everything in between. Some of my customers make food. Some of my customers are doing like rare infectious study, rare genetic disease studies. So it's just, I don't know if there's any like one particular thing. And then also I have to think about like what I can say, because some of the stuff is like in development. You're not supposed to talk about it. So I guess that's the biggest thing, is just learning new stuff all the time, like new things that are being, problems that are being solved, right? Like, yeah, I don't want to say anything I'm going to get.
No, I got you.
That I'm not supposed to say.
Yeah, no, I got you.
I'm trying to think of while I'm bullshitting you, I'm trying to think of something cool that I can talk about. But
well, I'm just like,
it doesn't matter.
Think about the cool.
It won't be cool to anyone listening. They'll just be like, this guy, it just gets nerdy, or I'm going to stop it.
I don't care. I won't.
This guy doesn't talk about beer or something by minute 12. I'm out of here.
No, so I'm curious. Like, do you do like the regular stuff with like your kid? Are they getting into like science and chemistry and stuff? Like, have you done any cool little experiments that we?
A little bit. I mean, they're 2 and 4, so you got to keep it simple. Mm-hmm. But I just got him like some little test tubes and like a little rack that holds test tubes, and this it's like a disposable syringe. It doesn't have a needle on it. It just holds. It's just like the plunger, and he just likes pulling the plunger full of water out of a beaker and like squirting it in a test tube, and that's like his little experiments. Maybe he'll put coloring into some of them and like mix the colors. But he's kind of into it. He's cool. He'll go fishing with me. He kind of just does whatever I do right now. He still likes me. We'll see how long that lasts. But I did an event at the Children's Museum in Indianapolis where I set up. My company has this pipetting robot, so it like does things robotically that you would do manually, like moving liquids and heating and shaking and like all this stuff that would take you hours in the lab. You can just do this little drag and drop software and tell it to do everything and just load it up and walk away. So it's really cool. It saves people time in the lab. But I set this up to do like a little color thing where it has like purple dye, and then it puts the purple dye into this product we have. It's like a mini version of chromatography, and it would separate out the red and the blue dye. They're the primary colors that make purple. So on like a fundamental level of what this is, it's like the separating those colors is an example of separating 2 different compounds. So I had that set up for like kids to do, and then we had a manual version with these little syringes that it fits on the end. So they shot the purple liquid through, and only red came out, and then they put a different liquid through, and it shot the blue out separate. And so my kid showed up, and my wife had him in his little lab coat and little safety glasses, and he was so excited to come to Science Day. So, yeah, I don't know if he'll take an interest in it like long term or if he's just doing whatever dad does now, but he likes it. It's pretty neat. So
That's kind of cool.
I'm trying to just put them into a million different things and see what they like.
Sticks.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Because recently it's been getting, I don't know why, like I never got into science or anything, and I just recently over the past probably like year, I just came across like Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye. I watched one of theirs where they were both on like one of the TED Talk, whatever it was, but I'm pretty simple when it comes to that type of stuff, like just geography, history stuff. I never ever look at it, so I'm like ignorant to it. Like I just do not know. I found out last year the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is actually not just the top of Michigan.
It's a peninsula.
Yep. A, didn't know what a peninsula was. B, Upper P, I'm like, yeah, it's the top part of Michigan. They go, no, there's a long bridge and
it's Upper Point.
Is it not like attached to Canada or something, right? Like, I'm like, oh, that's all new.
A peninsula is surrounded by 3 sides by water.
Okay, I thought it was a peninsula. I thought it was a small area in Florida.
Can you write upside down with it?
Yeah. But no, I mean, I started watching like the weirdest shit, and I go down these like rabbit holes of like, they talk about, oh yeah, just this science. Today I was watching the Yellowstone, like, what would happen if that thing blew up? Like, it's like 150 miles underneath. Like, that's how big the volcano is underneath. There's 150 square miles. That thing blows up every day.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson's talking about how if it blows up, it'll only kill 2/3 of the whole United States. And then you're like, why do people go there every day with picnics in the summer?
Yeah, I'm like,
get out of that place.
Yeah, I'm like, so like even where we're at, we're just dead. He's like, well, no, the original blast won't really kill everybody. It's the fact that there won't be sun for like 6 months.
You just live in darkness and nuclear fallout. You
like
won't
the dinosaurs.
You won't be killed instantly. You'll have a chance to run.
You'll be fine. Yeah. You want to be closer, so it just blows up.
Yeah.
But dude, like,
just get it over with. Move to Iowa.
I think Iowa might. I don't know if that'd be a safe
spot.
Take it head
either. On.
There's not really much going on.
That might be like the worst place because like you're just on the edge of blast is going to hurt you, not kill you, but you get the instant. You get the first wave of radiation.
Yeah, you're not getting
like
out.
The physical and other damage.
But yeah, there's so many rabbit holes I went down. Even about bombs, like they started talking about like just crazy shit, like how they like just how bombs and radiation. Like just started just hours and hours. Then I'm like, I get to the end, like, and I remember 1% of that, but
well,
no.
You were talking about like what's cool, and I was saying like learning stuff every day. Like now you're talking about geology and all kinds of stuff. There's like a whole different area of study. So there's so many things to learn, and
I mean, just
in the world, history, science, whatever. It's like I don't know. I just like learning. I'll just go on YouTube and try to figure stuff out. Like taught myself how to work on cars. Taught myself how to tie flies for fishing. Like I don't know. It's weird for someone who didn't want to learn anything for the first 20 years of their life to be like, oh, learning's cool. Like you should have learned that if you started that when you were 5, you might be doing better for yourself.
You'd be a damn rocket scientist.
You should have waited until you're 21 and just didn't have any money for beer and started going, hey, I could try learning.
Well, I guess I could, but there's no fun in that. All right, well, I'm gonna grab me another little whiskey here. Okay. You're a super outdoorsy guy. I mean, from fishing to human hunting, I saw. What's like the best trip you've been on and why?
Probably rounding up homeless people in Portland area. Especially Chad was hot. Oh, man, everybody wanted to be at Chad. I'm just kidding. Done too much of that, but I did get a chance to go like one trip like that. I went to Patagonia.
Patagonia?
So in like southern...
So that's a real
southern
place.
Chile. Yeah, it's a real place, and it's not overrated at all. It was awesome. It was a crazy experience. Like fishing wise, which not relates to everybody, was great. Like epic opportunities to catch fish. But I don't know, going into like a different part of the world, everybody there was like so chill. Like if your car ran, you had a good car. If you saw someone stopped on the side of the, like we were driving out, we had like an hour and a half drive to go out to where we put this raft in the water, and we're going to float down the river back towards where we came from and end close to the lodge. Like, kind of, even though you made this like epic adventure to get there, every day was another adventure. We're like an hour out in the middle of nowhere. We haven't seen a building for 40 minutes, and someone's like on the side of the road. He's like, we stop, we help them. Like, I don't care about when you get on the water. That's what we do here. Like, if someone's needs something, we make sure they're cool. Like, people just, when you're in like a small community in the middle of nowhere, you have to bind together, right? You have to do everything together. Like, everyone's looking out for each other and like not giving a shit. Everybody's house looks the same. It's like one small square, and there's like dogs running around everywhere. Some are people's pets and come home at the end of the day. Some are just like running around like a fucking Disney movie. You drive down the road, like 20 dogs just run out behind you. I'm like, what are they doing? They're like, oh, they're hoping we stop and give them food or whatever. And he's like, some of them will go home. Some of them live in the streets. I'm like, it's like dating. No, it's like,
street dogs.
So like everything's just very different, right? And then everything we ate, everything we did was like someone went out and got it or made it that morning and brought it to the lodge I was staying at. Like it just, I don't know. I don't know if it's a small town thing. Like maybe there's places in the U.S. that do that, but people were just different. Like I feel like I went back in time a little bit to when people didn't have the social media and internet and took care of each other, right? It's like that was the most unique part of the experience. And like the mountains are beautiful, the water's crystal clear, like everything's untouched, everything's unpolluted. So that's amazing too, to feel like you just went to a untouched planet for
like
the first
Narnia,
time, where no one screwed each other over and no one polluted anything and no one like harvested everything out of there or whatever. Like people just get olives off the damn tree and that's their job. They go sell them in the town the next day or whatever.
Just natural, not all
just like super
food.
simple living, you know. Nobody, but it was also didn't matter if you were living like a simple life because everybody was and no one cared. There was no like showing off or I gotta have a new car, I gotta have a bigger house. Like no one cared. Like this is mine, it works, it's good. And I don't know, it was really refreshing.
Yeah.
So like I've done other trips too. Like I've gone to some cool things like around the US, but that was like my cool, unique thing for like on every level.
Gotcha. So any what's like the scariest animal experience? You ever had like a crazy experience with an animal or anything?
No.
Never been picked up by a hawk?
I fished the Everglades and like when you're in a boat that's like the size of your couch, you know, like 3 people are jammed into it. So it's like maybe like an 18-foot boat, but like super shallow and real like narrow. You're going through like mangroves. So the guy stands on the back of the boat. There's like a little platform, and he just has like a 20-foot pole, like
like the
Bass Pro Shop gondola.
Like like
picture like the band. It's like a
Italy
salt.
or whatever?
You can look up like a saltwater skiff, and you'll get a pretty good picture of it. So this guy's like just pushing a pole along, and we're just like cruising along. And we're trying to catch fish. And it's like I probably saw 75 or 80 alligators. I'm not exaggerating. Some were 2 foot long. Some were 8 foot long. Most of them were like 4 feet long. But they're just like normal. They just see you. They're just staring at you. Sometimes like they all start if the boat's running the motor, you'll see just all these little V's crossing the water because they all jump off the bank and just go into the water. And I'm like, I prefer that we don't scare them and they stay on the bank where I can see them because now they're in the water below us. And he's like, it's cool. That guy was used to it. So I'm like, all right, as long as you tell me we're cool, I'll believe you. But it was a little weird. So like, no kind of encounters, but it's weird to the first time to be like, this is okay, this is normal.
Yeah, but what if somebody falls in the water? Would they get eaten alive?
You probably won't get out really fast, back out of the water. I've never been to Alaska or anything, but people tell me up there, like, oh yeah, this is a great place to go. There's good fishing, but there's lots of bears, so you'll get your bear photos and stuff. I don't want bear photos.
Yeah, polar bear, like, is that what's up there, or is that, I don't even know.
Grizzly bears.
Is there?
Grizzly bears. So people were just like, oh yeah, we were fishing, like the grizzly bears and moose and elk come to the water, so we got pictures of them behind us. I'm like, I don't want them behind me.
No.
Don't turn your back on that thing.
No, both those animals.
And they're like, no, we see them, we see them every day, so they know we're here. Like, we don't, just stay away from them and don't approach them or anything. I'm like, no, I'm cool. Like, I'm just going to go fishing in Michigan.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see a deer. That would be nice. Yeah. I don't need to see. I watch National Geographic. I'm good. I know what a grizzly bear looks like.
Like that dude that
I don't need to meet one.
I don't need to made friends with the bear, and he was like filming how he's next to him and everything else, and then the audio of it eating him alive.
The guy. Oh yeah, the guy that was like.
He's just sitting right next to you. He's like, oh, this is my baby.
And when he's talking, he's clearly an insane person.
Yes, you don't
like. Oh, my babies. Yeah, they're not dangerous.
This grizzly bear's just like, man, when I'm done with this salmon, I'm eating your face. And sure enough, you hear his wife going, fight back!
He's petting them. He's like, they're not harmful. I'm like,
oh my God.
It's not that they're not harmful. You just found them when they were full.
Yeah.
I was like, and then one day he found them when they were not full. And what happened?
God, that was horrible.
They just found his leg.
Well, no, you
like
hear
his
like
tent.
the audio of like him getting eaten, like the camera gets dropped or whatever, and his wife is screaming, telling him to fight back as he's getting mauled by a grizzly.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that's going to work for you. I think it was 1,500 pounds.
There's like a movie. It might be like a National Lampoons or something stupid, but like where he's like, "Hey, buddy," and then like a raccoon attacks his face. So, like, he was like, "Oh, the bears are here to greet us on our first morning. Would you like some coffee?" He goes, "No, I'd like to eat your jugular."
I just ate 12 salmon. But tomorrow,
enjoy your stomach while you're still alive.
Tomorrow, I'm going to rip your face off.
Yeah, the whole time I'm watching that documentary, I was like, "How is this dude not getting eaten?" And like, spoiler alert, he gets eaten. What is that movie called? Grizzly Man.
Maybe it is a grizzly man. Well, same thing with who are the magicians out in Vegas that their tigers finally just go?
Yes, like Freedom Ride.
Didn't they get both killed like at the same time? Or
I don't.
I know one of them got mauled to death, like live.
He got killed.
Yeah, like that thing.
I know he got attacked. Like on stage.
I thought he died. Like
I don't know how you
win
it. Like a tiger attack.
I think a big tiger could probably. I think honestly, in the grand scheme of like animal fights,
somebody's listening, right? Going, a tiger, come on, I could take him,
dude.
I could take him. All you got to do is this,
dude. I'm literally. The next question I have for you is: can you beat up this animal? Online, they had no. But funny enough, what you'll find about is they did men versus women.
Okay.
What animal they could beat up, and then they did. I have one word. It's Americans versus Brits to see So just to give you a fun fact here, so like the list. So all right, so rat. What percentage do you think men in America said? What percentage could beat a rat?
100%, maybe 97%, because somebody's afraid of rats.
Out of 80, that's a weird number. So 76.
Oh, that was the number like polled, like Family
Yeah,
Feud?
out of 80, I guess. Yeah, out of 80. So that's a pretty big percentage. Okay, so house cat.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. So I think we'll just go if
most
you can.
Most people probably say yes.
So yep. Goose.
I have had to beat up a goose a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I hope I'm not in trouble. But
I'd agree with that. Yep.
From self-defense, yeah.
Yeah, 51 women.
They're mean though.
51 women said they could. 71 of the men said they could.
Yeah, they'll come at you though.
Oh yeah,
they'll bite the hell out of you. They just don't have any teeth. That's why you can survive.
Yeah, I think they just like to gnaw on you with that beak.
Yeah, it'd be like someone they spit their dentures out in a fight. Like,
it's just like that gnawing.
You're like, ow, yeah. That's an uncomfortable pressure.
You're like, please stop that. Yeah. This is not fun for me.
You're slobbering all over me.
All right, medium-sized dog. When I think of medium-sized dog, I think of like
under 50 pounds, maybe.
Yeah. I feel like that could be manageable. Yeah. I mean, because most dogs that are aggressive are over that size. So
yeah, like I had a lab, and if he really wanted to like run down the street, it doesn't matter. I have a leash on him. Like unless I have something that's going to like slide tight and choke him, he's gonna go if he wants to go. He's stronger than me.
Yeah, and I mean, if you see like an animal, like when a dog has to like been fenced in the yard forever and ever, and then something happens, like they see something on the other side of the fence, they just leap all the way over the fence, like without even touching it. It's like, you've just been capable of leaping that 8-foot fence.
That's another factor. Like most dogs are friendly unless something happens, right? Mm-hmm. So if a dog's coming at you, something happened. He's not a happy puppy.
Yeah, man. The other day I got scared, and I turned it a little bit real quick because I didn't hear this dog coming, and I'm at my front door, and like open up the door, and then like I open up the door, and I hear like the sound of like a leash, like it sounded like a chains or whatever, and I'm like, fuck, I was like, oh shit, close the door real quick. Like I pulled the outside door real quick, and it's like kind of like a pit bull, but it looked nice. But like running up, I was like, oh shit, like scared. I was like, the dog's like, what did you close the door on me for? What's up? I was like, yeah, still not letting you in.
Yeah, I have a friend that as a kid, like a pit bull, like ran him down and like pulled him off his bike, like broke his arm, like, and he's like, I know dogs are not going to attack me in general, that was a deranged dog, but I can't totally get over it. I'm still a little nervous around dogs. I'm like, yeah, I would be too. You're a kid, like traumatized by this dog.
Yeah. I had my lip ripped off by a Doberman?
Schnauzer?
No, it was a Doberman. It was a big dog.
That's a big dog.
But it just happened. I was like, well.
And that was probably like a warning snap too.
Oh yeah,
right?
for sure, 100%.
He's like, I didn't mean to nick your lip, but I wanted to tell you I could take your whole face.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it was. I didn't even notice it was that bad. Mom was like, just come back over here. So I was like walking towards mom or whatever. And I just remember sitting in the car, like I had like this like a rag and like ice pack them out. And I just kept going like this, like, oh. And I was shaking my lip. My mom, stop it! Put them because I was like, I was like maybe in shock or something. I was pretty young. And I'm just going, ugh.
Look at it, Mom. It's everywhere.
Like, look at this. Is this my lip, Mom? She's like, whoa. Dude, so check this. This is where I saw us think how this is the most funny thing in the world. So we talk medium-sized dog. How about an eagle?
I don't think so. I don't think you'd see it coming. I'm gonna just come to get you in like the back of the neck.
But get you how though? Like, I mean, if you, I gotta think you'd have to see it coming. I say you have to fight it.
Does it have large talons? No, I think it just comes swooping down on you and just like
I mean, like if you had, let's say even if it came at your face, like how are you gonna? Because those things, even with their wings, are like what 8 feet or something.
Yeah, like 6 foot wingspan. They're big.
Yeah, I've seen them. The golden eagles like a.
No, I've been out before and like been real close to them. Like they
can pick up small kids. Oh, the one video where it picks up that deer and just
they pick them
flies up, drops it, smashes it, like the deer just bounces off
down
the
a
cliffs.
mountain. That's like golden eagles, I think.
Yeah, that's the one.
They were a little bit bigger, but bald eagles. I've been like out in a boat, and they, you're coming up like under their tree, and they'll just kind of, they're not afraid of you. They just take a circle, like make sure, like I don't think this guy's gonna mess with me, but I'm just gonna take a lap, and like they'll swoop down, and like their wings are huge, but they're not super big. But if they wanted to come after you, I don't think you'd see them coming. They just come in so fast, like from behind you. I think they're
what would they do? Just like
they have
your head though?
They have to hunt for their food every day. I think they just grab you like around the neck.
But you wouldn't be able to pick
like
you
same
up.
Thing
like
with
me
those.
Or you.
No, they wouldn't be able to pick you up. But like you see those things with the deer. That's what they do. They come and get them like between the shoulders on their back, and they just like pick them up real quick and just knock them off balance and watch them tumble to their death.
Yeah,
right.
That was crazy.
Might knock you off knock you into the water.
Oh yeah, you're just standing on a mountain like, wow, that's such a beautiful view. Just knocks you off just a little bit.
I don't think an eagle would come at you though.
Yeah, I think even if it did, I think an eagle would be. I think I'd be able to take an eagle. I feel like even if it got a hold of me, it's not gonna lift me up, so I can just grab it. I don't think I'd be able to get away too much because if you just kind of bear hug it with the wings, I don't think I could.
Yeah, we live in a neighborhood, but the back of the neighborhood's on like farmland. So behind us is like 50 acres of corn, soybeans, whatever. But a deer like died like right behind our fence, so we could see it laying there from the house, and like we're like, I hope the kids don't notice it. But like day one, there was coyotes came and were like eating it, and then like turkey vultures came, and then like beginning of day 3 maybe a bald eagle came, and he just came every day. Like none of the other animals came back after. No fox, no coyote, nothing after the bald eagle showed up. So like they're just like, oh, the boss is here. That belongs to him now. No vultures, nothing. And then that bald eagle came back every day and like ate a little bit every day for like 2 weeks.
That's crazy. Like the coyotes are actually a real issue.
Yeah, but they're not scared. They don't mess with the bald eagle.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know like until again one of these rabbit holes I went down. Like, buddy sent me his video of like in Arizona, Texas, wherever else, like where the coyotes they just breed and they're just everywhere. So they kill everything. Like they just rid of it. It's like now, like almost every state, if you can, doesn't matter if you have a gun permit or not, kill whatever coyotes you want. We don't even care. You can leave them out there. This dude, he had like a thermal, like he had a setup like straight out of Call
go
of
out
Duty.
at night.
Like dude, it was like night thermal. You see these coyotes all perked up, looking around, and just gooch done. He was like a suppressed like. I don't even know what type. It was so far away. Like
he doesn't make too much noise because he wants to get more than one.
Dude, and there's so many in these places.
Yeah, like they'll scatter after the first one. So he's like, I got to be quiet.
For every one that you kill, like there's just 5 more out in the wilderness. It's crazy.
Do you know who Steve Ranella is? He has a show and a podcast called Meat Eater.
Yes, I seen Joe Rogan was on an episode, and so was another comedian was on there. Yeah,
yeah. I listened to an episode of his podcast, and he had this like. Some kind of wildlife biologist on there, but there's this like pheromone or something or hormone that kicks in coyotes if the kind of herd gets attacked or killed, or like they see or smell a killed coyote. This thing like kicks in and makes them like 3 times more fertile. So like.
Oh shit! It's like
when another female gets killed, the next female, when they have pups, has like 3 times as many. So instead of having 3, they have like 9.
That's fucking. It's like
so. Like the more you shoot them, the more they
like stink
reproduce.
bugs, right?
Same with like feral pigs.
Yeah, those
It's not a problem here, but
isn't feral pigs? Am I wrong? Or isn't feral pigs a regular pig that when you just leave them be, don't they just a regular pig just grow like the warthogs?
Yeah, like if you had a farm animal pig and you just let it loose in like
a warthog?
A couple months or whatever. I don't know the timeline, but they would start like growing hair and tusk and like
That's so weird.
become a.
And aren't those things fucking violent too?
Pig. Yeah, I don't know how violent they are.
I mean,
but they tear
can
up
bite.
everything.
They can like
those tusks can like gore people.
Because what's that? There's
hunters have been like killed by them. Yeah, and they shoot them and then they get close to them and they're not dead yet and they pop up and like stick them. It doesn't sound very sporting, but also it's probably way more difficult than you think. But like in like Texas and Louisiana, Oklahoma, places where there's massive problems where they're killing everybody's livestock and messing up their crops, you can book like helicopter hunts, and you fly in a helicopter and like shoot pigs and coyotes from a helicopter. And they have like semi-automatic rifles, just like kill all these things.
Man, I'd like to see that advertised more.
And it seems like okay, I don't know why that would be like. That doesn't sound like hunting to me. It just sounds like massacre. But I've also,
control.
If you're flying in a helicopter, also shooting at a moving target, like it's probably not that easy.
And when you're done, you get to say,
"It's not a movie."
I had a semi-automatic rifle and I was hanging out of a helicopter.
Like if I do it, I'm like, I don't know. I feel bad killing all these things. Like just do it. And then you just miss 150 times and you kill nothing. And like, you're useless.
Yeah, I bet the adrenaline is pumping through you. Like you're hanging out of a helicopter, you become just Hawkeye.
Yeah. The pilot's like, if anyone ever asks you what animals you can beat in a fight, say no to all of them.
Say no. Because
I saw what you did here today.
Yes. You screamed from
you had a helicopter and a rifle, you couldn't kill anything. You couldn't beat one single coyote.
You shot your harness off and fell.
That goose is going to bite your ass.
Instead, you killed the one hunting dog we had down there.
You might have accidentally hit a mouse or a mole.
You got points, but that's crazy. All right, so what about so you got large dog? We'll skip over that because I don't think it's too hard of a category. I don't think we'll just say no. I'm not taking like if you had a gigantic dog. I don't think
Rottweiler's could chew your ass up if he wants to.
Yeah, just this is the pure. All right, so here's where it gets funny. So King Cobra.
No.
Of course not.
No.
How are you? Like there's no.
I don't even know where to begin.
No weapons either, by the way. So you don't have any weapons during this epic debacle. So how do you think? How many out of 80 men said they could take down that King Cobra?
Oh, I bet 25 still said they could.
23. Not bad. 8 females.
8, yeah.
Yeah, and then if you want to see, so 20% of Americans said they could kill a King Cobra. 5% of Brits.
Yeah. Well, they probably had more. They probably actually had encounters with a King Cobra.
They know
like,
what
where do we
is.
have a King Cobra in the U.S.? No.
I had a King Cobra driver in high school. It was pretty good. Yeah. I could slice that ball. All right, here's the funny one.
The malt beverage, right? The malt liquor, King Cobra? Yes. I've killed a bunch of those in my day.
Those fucking King Cobras, $1.96.
Yeah. I've taken those down left and right.
Oh, boy. I got more women pregnant off of King Cobras.
2 down in one night, and they were duct taped to my hands.
I had to, or else I couldn't pee.
Yeah. It was life or death situation. What would you do?
So the difference, this next one is so funny. So the difference is, keep in mind, 23 out of 80 men said they could take down the King Cobra. How about chimpanzee?
Oh, I bet 13 said yes, but I'm a hard no on that.
There is not a human that could beat a chimpanzee. I don't think chimpanzee, because away they're way stronger than us, but also they just bite your shit off, all your extremities, like your ugh. Yeah. 22.
22.
So 23 think they could take down only 22 out of 80.
21 of those guys are
25%, right? 25% of men think they can beat a chimpanzee.
21 of those people go to the gym every day and are the guys that carrying around the it looks like they just took the bottle of water off the water cooler and just carried it around. Like it's 80 pounds. It's 10 days worth of water for the normal person, but I'm gonna take down half of it during my workout.
And then when I'm done, I'm gonna kill a King Cobra and a chimpanzee.
How many ounces did you drink today?
So all right, so here's this. Okay, I got one for this. This is even crazier. So we got 25% men thought they could take a King Cobra and a chimpanzee. How about a kangaroo?
I would say no. I still think plus over a dozen said yes.
I think 17.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather fight a kangaroo any day than a chimpanzee.
Oh yeah, I'd take
Kangaroo's
kangaroo.
pretty. A chimpanzee is on swinging, flipping. I can't
Like,
catch it.
I'm still saying no, but if you give me king cobra, chimpanzee, kangaroo, and I get to pick my opponent, I'm going kangaroo.
25 think they can beat up a chimpanzee, but only 20 think they can take a kangaroo. The difference there is stupid. Like,
no, I feel like maybe the kangaroo is smarter than the other two. I could maybe reason with it or something. You know,
smarter than a chimpanzee.
Well, no, that's a stupid statement.
Yeah.
But like, you know.
I know that I know the kangaroos drown people. Like they go out in the water. Like you see the video of this one, he has a kangaroo grabs this guy's dog, like, and he's holding it out in the water. But like, I guess they'll tempt humans to come out in the water and they'll drown you because they're stronger than you and they'll kick you, whatever. It's like,
some of them look like they're on like drinking muscle milk every morning.
Yes, it looks
like
fake.
Ripped muscles like pecs. I'm like, who photoshopped this?
I'm like,
no, and they walk around like that.
Yeah,
they walk around with their arms out like.
I'm like, you don't even use.
Who wants to fuck with me?
How are you that big? You don't use those muscles. It's like you're like if they walked on only their front, like arms, I'd understand. But why are you that big for no reason?
Why are your arms that big? You don't walk on two legs. Like you hop around through the air on the legs. Those are your strong.
And
suit.
you don't hold your baby.
Why
in
does
your
your
arms?
upper body look like
You're
this?
not walking around carrying a baby. You got a pouch.
So I really don't want to get kicked because if your arms are that big, your legs will just break me in half.
And that's what they say. They say they kick you and they grab you and they try to hold you underwater with their big ass weird body. But that's crazy. That I think I'd rather
also
fight.
I don't know. I've never seen one up close, but I bet their toes are not just like me and you's toenails. I bet there's some kind of
There's probably
claw
some type
or
of,
something on there. If nothing else, for grip, even if it's not.
I mean, just
even if it's not evolved to kill with, it's probably still pretty gnarly.
and just how fast they can kick. Just like you ever see like a horse or anything kick like a donkey, how fast they kick.
Oh yeah, you're not going to react like that.
Yeah, you're unconscious.
Now, do you think? Sorry, how many? We have more to go through.
The rest are pretty easy, but I just thought that was kind of weird. The difference in.
Now, what do you think if you took a human from like 500 years ago? Like, do you think we've evolved to be like we don't have to worry about that shit? You know, like somebody that had to throw spears at lions
they would be
to
more
survive.
Yeah,
don't you think their reflexes are faster? Like,
of course,
they're stronger.
Of course,
like whatever. Like maybe they're shorter. You know, maybe we've evolved to be taller because we do more walking.
They had better senses, better eyesight because that's all they had.
Better hearing.
Yeah,
right. Because
like if I didn't have a phone to stare, I would never need glasses. But because I've been staring at a phone for so many years, my eyes are.
Yeah, if it was 200 AD,
they're like
you needed glasses, you just died. Like something just ate you because you didn't see it coming. So you wean out that weak eyesight out of the gene pool real quick.
Alrighty, Mr. McKelvey, we are going to play. Guess the same word.
The word.
Now, we went through a couple, dry runs, I guess. So, it's not an easy game. It's not an easy game. For those listening that don't know, basically what it is you have to, the end game is to come up with the same word. So we're basically going to say 1, 2, 3, and then we both say a word.
And we're going to use our words as clues on the next word.
Yes. So I feel pretty confident.
Okay.
All right?
I feel good.
Right,
I feel like we're going to be on.
Let me clean my slate because I always say the same.
wavelengths.
I always say the same dumb words. Let me just try to get out of my head here. Okay, I think I'm ready.
I got one.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Hamburger. What'd you say?
Syphilis.
Syphilis and hamburger.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Really? Really?
Second try.
Yeah, that was okay. All right. Well, I guess that worked pretty well. I was gonna say tainted meat.
I was gonna say also add curtains, but I was like, it's one word.
Yeah.
You gotta stick with the word.
I was gonna.
Meat's gotta be the word. It's not a compound.
All right. Well, shit. That doesn't normally happen the second time. That was pretty good. Good old syphilis meat.
Okay. Right, totally normal discussion.
I'm gonna think of something different here. Okay. All right.
I got one.
1, 2, 3.
Helmet.
Whiskey helmet.
That's I think we stopped the game, stopped the podcast. We have something to get to the workshop.
Well, I do have a beer bong. We could make it a whiskey bong. I think so is whiskey and what?
And helmet.
Okay. I'm going to try one.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Drunk.
Fall.
What'd you say?
You said drunk. I said fall.
Ooh.
Because I was thinking hitting my head.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, whiskey, obviously drunk.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got drunk.
Drunk and fall.
And
okay.
Fall. I'm going to need a second.
Yeah.
This is not good radio to think, though. You can't think on
you
an
hear
audio
I
podcast.
got you while you're thinking. Skip, doop, doop, scoop, doop, 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 scoop, doop, doop, doop. Well, I don't know why I did Mario. Can I do that?
I was thinking Jeopardy.
I'm probably going to kick off the YouTube for
this
that.
is another one word. You would have said Mario. I would have said Jeopardy. And then we would have had to land on Wheel of Fortune.
Well, now I already forgot what the other two were. What was it?
We were talking about, all right, we went helmet whiskey. You said drunk. I said fall. So we're
Okay, drunk and fall.
And fall.
I've got one. I don't know if you're leaning this way.
I got one.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Stumble.
Hey!
No fucking way! Hold the phone, dude.
We're good at this game.
I just kept saying
Is this
drunk fall.
on
Like,
the Game Show Network?
I think we need to take this on the road, dude. Nobody gets it. We're 2 for 2.
Yeah, forget the newlywed game. My hetero life mate Kyle and I are ready for the word challenge.
We're done here. Let's go fuck up some kangaroos and some eagles too, because we're
King Cobra.
Yeah,
you better start slipping away.
Let's hold off. The chimpanzee and the king cobra. We'll come back to them.
We'll start with the rat and the goose.
Yeah, let's do the rat. And you know, also house cat. I don't know but some house cats are
they're
scary.
nasty.
Yeah,
if nothing else, they're moody. I don't know.
They're bitches.
You don't know. You don't know if they're coming up to caress your face or to attack your neck.
They do that thing where they look at you.
Yeah,
and that paw goes up.
They roll on their
and
back
then,
like, oh, pet my belly. And then you start petting their belly, and then just all 4 hands, they just start shredding your arm. That's why I don't have a cat.
Yeah, I don't. Cats
you can't trust them.
Cats are assholes for sure.
No.
They do things like they're vindictive, like they do things on purpose. Like I've had cats in the past. Like when they do the thing where they look right in your eyes or it's knocking that cup off the table. You see that one cat?
Yeah, they don't care.
Don't fuck you. Just like I think they're
it's like I feed you.
Yeah, they're like serial killers. All right, you ready? I'm gonna try to get a good.
What are we doing? We're starting over. New word.
I got one. You let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Blanket.
Grandma. What'd you say?
Blanket. Grandma and blanket.
Grandma and blanket. I got one. I don't know if it's gonna work that way, but
let me think 1 second. Grandma and blanket aren't like I would associate those two things. So we're off on a good start. Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
1, 2, 3. Quilt.
Afghan.
Oh, see, I was thinking grandma blanket. What's
a
a
little random word?
Damn, now we're all in grandma blankets. We covered both.
I don't know where you go.
Afghan and quilt, right?
Yep. All right.
Oh, I got one.
I got the word.
I got to think of what the word is. I think
we're on the same page.
I think we might be on the same page. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Knit.
Crochet.
Oh, that's like the same thing, though. Is it not?
Yeah.
Crochet is probably a technical term.
And I think
the scientific term for knitting.
Yes.
Right.
But also, I think is a quilt and Afghan the same?
No, like I would say, like a quilt is like you sewing like fabrics
an
together.
Afghan is like
it's like actually crocheting. You're crocheting, or I say knitting. I think that's like a synonym, though.
Well, we got to say. Well, now what word? We got to get a word out of it.
It's like saying hop and jump. Like we said the same word, so I don't know where you go from that because it's
crochet and knitting.
It's the same thing. Like, oh, you crochet? Yeah, I knit scarves and hats. Like you would just say that is your next word. I feel like they're interchangeable. Yeah, I don't know where you go from there. I think
I don't think there's not really a.
I think we nailed it. Like,
all right,
I give us a 98% on that match.
We'll allow it.
Yeah,
we'll allow it.
Okay,
all right, we'll do it again here. We got. I'm trying to think of a unique word. All right.
Unique word? Do you want me to go something weird?
Nope, because you'll be in there. Chromatography. All right, let's see what I got. I just lost it. Okay, I got it. All right, you ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Baloney.
Boot.
What'd you say?
Boot
and baloney. Okay.
Boot and baloney. Those are not relatable.
No, I think
we're not going to get this on a 2-step.
I think I'm just going to go fishing out of here at this. So,
hey, we've got a couple on 2 or 3 though. We got them pretty quick. Boot.
All right, I'm going to give it a whirl. You ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Shoes. What'd you say?
Shoe.
Oh, shit. Jesus.
All right.
All right.
I don't know how we went from boot and baloney to
I just thought, what's close to that?
You know what popped in my mind and but not pop in your mind is there's like an old Steve Martin joke. And then he said people, like this is from like his recordings in like the 80s or 70s. And then he's like, people ask me, how are you so funny? He said, when I leave my house, I put a slice of bologna in each shoe. That way I feel funny. It's stupid. But
dude, his stand-up is hilarious. I remember my dad had old school on 8-track. We had Bill Cosby, when he was doing clean comedy.
Yeah.
Still did clean comedy.
Yeah, his comedy was always great. It was all his other activities outside of
Which
that.
Is always scares you when the cleanest comics tend to have the, darkest secrets. But yeah, I think I don't know if Steve Martin was in there, but he had Just all the old greats. I remember literally
like Richard Pryor, like old comedians.
Yeah, just on 8-track. Like,
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do it again. So because we're on a roll. I'm gonna try to get real unique. Try to get something crazy.
We got 2 on the second word. That's pretty good.
I think what we just get right there?
That was 2.
Yes, that's the third time.
Bologna boot, and then we did bullshit shoes.
That's 3. That's 3 times we got it the second time. Try to go nothing too crazy. Okay. You ready?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I already used that word. I don't know if you caught on, but I was just looking at random stuff in your house. All right.
That's what I've done on all the other podcasts. I'm trying to get out of those.
You're like, also, what is not in my house?
Also, my
What's
brain,
in my garage?
It just says just any type of meat is just funny to me. Ham, bologna. I don't know why. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Meat, thinly sliced meats to me are funny. So.
Okay,
shit, lost my word. Okay, I got my word.
Are you ready? All right.
Yes, it does not have to do with thinly sliced meat.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Labia.
Racket.
What'd you say?
You know, I was gonna say curtain again, and I would have accepted. I would have accepted that as the first.
So what did you say?
I said racket.
Okay, and I said
I was thinking tennis, but I mean it could be any kind of racket. It could be like organized crime. Labia. Okay, I have
no.
I have mine.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Sport.
Botched.
What'd you say?
Botched, like the show Botched, like messed up surgeries. I thought racket, like they're kind of
like I didn't think of it that way.
We're a labia repair racket.
I was just thinking I'm going to default to sport, and we'll get there.
We got a guy in Tijuana that does the first surgery, and then we really get you on the second time. You thought $5,000 was steep. Wait till we get you for 25. But you don't want to be carrying around that thing. It whistles while you walk down the street.
What we did is we installed someone's chewed thumb into your labia. Oh shit! So where are we at?
We're sponsored by Bubble Yum.
Sponsored by Big League Chew.
Yeah. It does come in a pouch.
Do you remember Big League Chew? I loved it in Dunham's, dude. As a kid, felt like such a badass.
Oh yeah.
My mom would be like, "What are you putting in your mouth?" I'm like,
lip of watermelon.
It's great, ma.
Just putting a couple lips full of grape.
You trying to stop me?
And if you try to blow bubble on that thing, you could just feel it dissolve. Dude. Like it wasn't gum; it was just like sticky sugar.
Yeah, and then if you did the bubble, it just
on your face. In your face, and you weren't getting it off.
You're just.
I don't even remember what we said. You said labia, and I said racket, and then I said
botched. I said sport,
and botched. So we flipped each other's words. I went towards yours, you went to mine. So botched, sport. Okay, I got mine.
Oh man, I don't know, man. We'll go for it. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
WNBA.
I didn't. You went botched sport. You went WNBA. And I went pickleball.
Pickleball. Highlight was my first thought, and I'm like, no one knows what that is.
I remember in Jackass when they were getting whomped with those.
Oh man, like a grapefruit,
orange.
like they just threw like a grapefruit at him.
You see that welt he got in the back of his leg?
Like, all right, now take it from the front. He's like, are you nuts?
The guy's like, skitty dick dick dick, whoom! I was like, that's nuts. All right, so where are we at?
WNBA and pickleball.
Oh, this is working real well, huh?
Yeah.
I got nothing, but I'm just gonna probably just say another word.
Okay.
I don't know. 1, 2, 3.
Lesbians.
Fun.
Okay.
Oh, lesbians. Yeah. See, if it was volleyball, I would have got. So lesbians and fun.
Pickleball,
okay.
Yeah. If someone would have said badminton, you might have said
lesbians and fun.
If you said softball or I said WNBA, we were meeting on that for sure. Lesbians and fun. I don't know how those.
I was just gonna. Yeah, I was just gonna say my search history, but I don't think that. Things that are fun for 200, please. Lesbians.
Okay.
Lesbian. I don't know it, but we're gonna. I'm gonna try some shit out.
All right.
Okay. I feel like looking at you. I feel like you might
said we're on a roll. Let's do one more. That was the curse. All
okay.
Right, ready?
1, 2, 3.
Haircuts.
Scissors.
Oh, that was so close. Haircuts.
Oh, see, I went scissoring. I went.
Yeah, I got what you
fun
got.
and lesbians.
I just thought haircuts sounded fun because I haven't
scissoring.
I haven't needed one in many years, and so I was like, you know, what'd be fun? Haircuts. And I was, you know.
You also identify as lesbian.
Well, and, you know,
I didn't want to.
Unique hair. Let's not generalize.
Okay.
A subset of people, but
okay.
if you were, you would think about a certain haircut. Haircut
where we
and
at?
scissors.
So we're at
Haircut and scissors.
Oh,
All right.
I know where I'm going, but
I got it.
I feel like we're gonna say such similar words. I hope that we're on the same. I think we are
almost the same. All right, ready?
1, 2, 3.
Clippers.
Barber. Oh golly! I thought you were gonna say hairstylist.
Scissors and cut. Yeah, barber. Yeah, barber.
So we're at barber and what?
Clipper. Like like the thing.
Yeah, but
you probably didn't even call it a clipper. There's probably a real term for that I
call them clippers. What do they call them?
I don't know. I call them clippers. Like, hit me with the clippers.
Yeah, clippers. Clippers fade to it. Whatever. Yeah.
Even though the scissors are doing the clipping, you still think of like the that is the clippers, right? Like electric clippers.
Yeah, clippers. Yeah.
So where we at? Clippers and barber. Yes.
I know what I want to say just because I think it's funny to say out loud.
Well, there's that too. Like, do you play the game or you just say funny words? I mean, we get to say funny words.
That doesn't. Yeah. There's another game coming up next.
Will probably turn this off.
Oh, a lot of times they turn it off pretty quick. But
yeah, I mean, probably no one's listening.
All right. So what do we got here? We got.
You said is it barber and I said clippers.
Okay.
Barber and clippers. All right, I got mine.
I don't have mine. We're gonna go. 1, 2, 3. Barbasol.
Oh, Barbasol. The shaving cream. I said comb.
I don't know why. Just whenever I think of
barber, you think Barbasol.
Dude, my uncle had a barber shop, and I was thinking, what's the stuff they put in promethazine? That's not it. What's the stuff?
I don't know.
They put the combs in to keep them. Same thing they put frogs in.
Some kind of alcohol. Formaldehyde? You don't. No, that's not what you put your.
Isn't it? It's a word similar.
It's some kind of alcohol to kill germs. I don't know what it is though.
I know the word, but
formaldehyde is like the embalming stuff.
Yeah. It's a word similar.
Dissected frog in. Yeah. I don't think you need to preserve your comb.
Just leave a comb sitting in.
You want to kill the germs, not keep them from degrading.
Well, you want that fresh bacteria. Mm-hmm. All right. What did you say? You said bologna labia.
And you said
grandma's quote.
Boot curtain. Grandma's curtain.
All right. So where were we though?
Comb
and Barbasol.
And Barbasol. I got my son. My son just got into Legos, and I was at the store, and they have like Jurassic Park Legos, but they got the old school Jurassic Park Legos. Nice. So they had the Jeep with Newman,
the 1992 Ford Explorer.
Yeah. So I got
Dennis Nedry.
Dennis Nedry. So Dennis Nedry's the minifigure, and he comes with the little container of Barbasol.
Awesome.
Has his little accessory in his hand. It's awesome. And I don't know if you know Legos.
Does it open?
Newer Legos, the minifigures have like hair, and so like you can turn the face so it has two different expressions.
Oh shit.
So one, he's like sweaty, like I said back at the computer, and when you turn it the other way, he's splattered with the
Dilophosaurus
spit. With the Dilophosaurus. And it came with a little Dilophosaurus, and he's like, "Oh, you're a little guy. You're not that so scary." And it spits that stuff in his eyes. So you turn the minifig's head around. It's got like
stick, stupid, stick.
It's awesome. I was like, my 9-year-old self has to buy this. Dude. My kid has no clue what it means, but I'm like, this is the best.
Dude, you know that was 19. This was crazy. It was 1992.
92
in the theaters. 92. Wow. I was like 9. I remember the scene in the kitchen when the Velociraptors get in. We were just like running at her, and she's like in that little stove, but it's a reflection. I had to close. I was watching. I had to close.
She closed the doors, and he runs into the wrong side.
The reflection.
Right, but you didn't know it was a reflection.
No, I closed my eyes. I thought she was dead. And I was like, oh, I had like a crush on her. I was like, oh my God, who's that chick? I was like 9. I'm like, yeah, she's hot. And then I was like, no, she's gonna die. But I was like scared in that movie. And then that was like the first technology. Like Spielberg brought out, like when the T-Rex grabs a lawyer in that booth, and when he shakes him, like. It was the first computer graphics. Like you were like,
"Whoa, this mind blowing!" Right?
This you could see his limp body flying around, and he just bites him in half. I was like, it was a crazy. It was 92, like 1992.
Like 6 months ago, my mom tells me she's like never seen Star Wars. So I'm like, we're watching New Hope right now, and she's like, "This is terrible."
Oh,
and I'm like, "Well, you got to remember, this is 40 years old. Like." This was 40 years ago. This would have blown your mind. You would have seen it twice.
Yeah, it was 76, right?
I think
for the first one or 74.
I think it was like they were like 79, 81, 83. The first trilogy.
Oh, I thought it was earlier than that. Man, that's crazy.
I could be. I'm not.
Well, I remember I watched.
I'm not going to bet.
I watched it when they came back out.
That's the ballpark. Like I was It
was definitely late 70s.
A child when the second two came out.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about those movies at all.
I still watch them.
I've seen every single one so many times. But I mean, when I was younger, because I was born in 83. So like my dad he's never really into that type of stuff. Remember it was when I worked at Circuit City, And I'd probably seen the Star. Of course, I'd seen the Star Wars when I was younger, like the first three, or whatever. But then when they re-released the first three, they made it on digital, and they re-released them in the theaters. Like they added the scene.
The arm getting cut off.
Yeah,
like,
and then the
it was
scene
like
with
more
all
real.
the animated dancers and the.
They added a person with like the trumpet nose.
Yeah, and then the one dancing that was animated. They were like, "Look at this!" Like they added some new shit, and then so I bought on DVD like the box at Circus the box set, the special edition re-release on DVD. Like it had never been the first, and I just kept it sealed.
Yeah,
it's
there somewhere.
It's worth $12 today.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, I bought it
give
for
it
40.
another 10 years.
I kept it sealed.
VHS are hot now, but
Dude.
DVD will be next.
Like my buddy, the funny
Did
story.
you know that like 10 years ago, Pete Davidson, when he started
Yes.
getting money, was buying all the
was
VHS
about to
tapes
say
off of
that.
Amazon,
And he
people
has-
thought he was nuts. And he's like the largest collection of
Jaws
VHS in the world.
He has
But like
all of the
he'd
limited
see a
edition
classic
Jaws.
movie like that and just buy them all off of Amazon, all of them.
Yes.
If they had a 262 copies, he bought 262, which is a dick move. So that he had like the world supply of Jaws on VHS.
He said he was like, he shipped it to his apartment, his mom's house. He's like, what are all these?
He's like, there's 265 unwrapped Jaws copies in the world, and I own 262 of them.
That's the hardest. Like
that's-
now, people want because like the original one, like also the he has all the ETs. The original ET, there's one that had a green label or whatever. Crazy, but like
but when you buy them in bulk like that, it's not just like you're collecting them. You're like, I'm gonna fuck everybody.
Yeah, he said this is.
I'm gonna buy them all.
He said this is my GameStop.
retirement fund. Yeah.
This is my GameStop.
Yeah.
Dude, it was great. But honestly, so my buddy hit me up because hey,
He probably hired someone now to like sell them off, but he's like, only sell a certain percentage of my copies per week so that we don't take a dive,
oh yeah,
Because if you put 120 out on eBay at
flood the
once,
market.
they're all they're all $10.
I have
but if
so
you
many
do one
doubles
at a
of-
time and they're the only one,
Yep.
now it's $100.
That's why I have to wait. Like when I sell cards, I'm waiting because I'll get I'll send 10 in to get graded, and then let's say 5 of them come back at a 10 grade, which everybody wants.
I want to
don't
say
put
that
them
this
all
guy
out.
is not funny, not talented, and an idiot, but he's obviously figured some things out in the world.
Oh, he's super smart.
Yeah.
He's definitely super
And
smart.
he's cleaning
And
up on
he's-
the personal front.
Jesus criminy. Like, how you going to take, half of all of my dream chicks and you just date him in a year?
Like
Got
it's like
Kate
it's like he
Beckinsale.
got them all on a calendar and just went through them one in a month.
When we went from like Ariana Grande, she's a little spray tan, a little thing. I ain't worried about that. I was like, whatever. Yeah, I mean, if she asked me, hey, Kyle, would
Did
you
you
like
see
to have
the
sex?
meme that said
I would say yes.
Ariana Grande used to look like the Little Mermaid. Now she looks like the
like
Little Mermaid.
Yes, dude. I was remember when he actually ripped her up on because he never made fun of her or anything else, but then like on the cover of Cosmo, that's what he said on his stand-up.
He said something like
No,
that.
he was like, yeah, she broke up with me. And she's like, I would never bring up anything about her at all, but she said this about me on the cover of Cosmo.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, so what do you say? He said like, but at the end of the day, she's just a pile of what do you say? Something like a pile of spray tan on the floor. Like he said, but he worded it in like a comedic way,
Yeah.
and just tore her down because like when she made that song, like she made a song, thank you next, like she was thanking all of her ex-boyfriends. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
one of your ex-boyfriends
Was she trying to ride the Taylor Swift wave?
But I was
It
like, no.
worked for her.
Well, the difference in her ex-boyfriend is when she left Mac Miller, they say committed suicide, whatever else, but still not a thing to talk about. Like you don't put him in a rap song, he's no longer with us. And then you break up with Pete Davidson, he has to go back to rehab. So maybe don't make a song praising how you're ready for the next boyfriend. You've almost killed 2.
We're all terrified.
Yeah, you've killed 1 and almost another. So maybe that's not a song you put out.
Right. Yeah.
It's like when Rihanna brought that S&M song
It's like,
out.
are you going to be in a movie with Mike Myers next?
Yeah. Like Rihanna brought that S&M song 90 days after she said Chris Brown hit her, and the chorus was, I like chains and whips and hit me. I'm like, maybe her
You just
publicist,
discredited yourself.
Rihanna,
Yeah.
great song. Not
Yeah.
now. Not a good time. Charges are still
You're,
pending.
you're
can't
destroying your credibility.
You can't be happily singing you want to be hit and tied up
the
and
term
beat.
she was asking for it. You're giving merit to it.
And the chorus, if you could exhibit B.
Yeah. We're trying to
Please.
get rid of that term, and you're building this evidence.
Yes. Did the end with please Chris slap me? Because that's what it sounded like. It says you wrote in your lyrics.
But what I literally said was, "Yeah, sure, sir."
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sure.
I won't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Are you saying yeah, sir, or yes, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Or yes, sir.
What is it? What's that from?
Super Troopers.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, literally what I said was, "Yeah, sure, sir."
Dude, did you see the sequel?
Yeah, it was good, but
it was the best part is when
good.
he talks when they go up and they talk about happiness in your household. When he goes, you need happiness in your asshole.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? Dude, it was so funny. He goes, no, happiness.
Yeah.
Like, happy? Oh, happy.
Guys, I see homos naked doesn't helps me.
It was a rough movie, but there was some good parts. That was
the first movie. Still, anytime, like I would be at work and someone's like, "Show me how to look this up." Enhance. I just match a bunch of keyboards. Still, enhance. I click on the next thing. Enhance.
No one ever
click on the next thing. No one ever knows what I'm talking about. They're like, "What are you doing?" I look at them like, and they're like, "What do you enhance?"
They're like,
"What's enhance?"
And I
I'm
realize
like,
you get to a certain age. Like
nothing. Let me just show you how to do it.
Yeah, I think once I turned like 35, and then all my employees were 20, I realized, wow, you're not going to get any of my 90s comedy references.
Me too.
Because I tell you what,
I'm like, I have
awful.
to...
Like Dumb and Dumber, I probably quote Dumb and Dumber. I would say, I would round it down 5 times a day.
But I have to remember that I was young when I saw those things. So like anyone under 40, I cannot use Dumb and Dumber, Tommy Boy, Seinfeld, and Wayne's World references because I could speak in those like as a language.
That's how me and my friends communicate.
But anyone younger that was born after 1985 is like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's great. So my buddy,
this guy makes weird jokes. He has a weird sense of humor.
Yeah, what else? Like people don't understand what I was saying all the time. Like, actually, my buddy Craig didn't know. Like, the Club Dread.
Yeah.
So he goes, her name is Penelope.
Terrible, by the way.
But, horrible. But he goes, Penelope. He kept calling Penelope. So I'm pretty sure.
You get it right away.
I'm pretty sure.
That person thinks you're nuts.
I'm pretty sure I have Tourette's. Like a small, if I hear a word, I have to say it. And then it just sticks there. Like I had the word cornucopia stuck in my head for an entire summer.
Yeah.
And I would just say it. Like it's built, like it's inside. I'm like, I gotta say it. I was like, cornucopia. Just for no reason. And people like,
what would you like to drink? Cornucopia.
Sorry, I don't even know if you have those or how to.
Coke products.
Did you have Sprite?
What I meant to say was Coke. A Coke, please.
Can I get a Diet cornucopia? I didn't mean that. I don't want that. I don't.
Take it back. I try the third time.
Cornucopia. Sir, we'll just bring you a Coke. Is that
Coke? Cornucopia.
It's just certain words I hear that like
I can't help myself.
Oh man, like my brother last year. My dad had diabetes. He had to have his leg amputated. A lot of stuff. He almost died. Like, it went through a bunch of stuff. My brother had to fly in from Texas, and he was here, so he stayed with me for a week. We are what they call total opposites.
Yeah.
Same humor though. Like we will clown like there's no end. Like I'm sure, like you and your brothers, I'm sure you and Gary probably have a different humor than you and Murph. Like there's just ways you connect in the way like we
like
clown.
the movie thing. Like we're very different people.
Mm-hmm.
If we talk about anything serious, we're gonna argue.
Yeah,
but we just start dropping movie quotes. We're on the same page.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're sitting here. So he would do me. First off, he goes. He's always joking. He's like, you need to see somebody. Like jokingly, like a psychologist. I don't want to go because I don't want to go because I might not leave. They'd be like,
they might let me out. They might just throw the net over me. And
they're like, sir, you here all the boxes are checked. You have all of it.
Yeah. We thought you were checking in.
Yeah, we can't put enough pills into you, sir. Yeah. So you're not allowed to leave.
Well, I don't know what you have, but they don't have anything for it. You would just have to stay here.
He was like, you should see if you get disability. Maybe you could probably qualify for it. I was like, I'm afraid to get tested. So regardless, we're sitting. Do you remember Ocean's 11?
Yeah.
So Bernie Mac, one of my favorite comedians ever. R.I.P. Loved him. He was way too early for his
wrong movie, but I'll always picture him going half.
Yeah,
half.
No, all I think about is
have.
Jangalang.
Oh,
you ever see? Was it? Life with Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
Jangalang. But dude, so
you want to eat your cocktail?
In Ocean's 11, he plays the guy. He's so they put him in where he's technically stealing, and they have Matt Damon goes in as the guy that works for the SEC or whatever to talk to him, and he goes like Matt Damon kind of says something that like we've always been in the SEC. We've always prominent colored, and then he goes like he said kind of something racist to Bernie Mac. So like that. Then all of a sudden, like at the end, he's like he says something else. And he goes, and bring it back. You better tell him. And then as he leaves, he goes, cracker. Like, he just keeps saying cracker. And the way he said it, he's like, cracker. Like, it was so funny. So me and my brother's here. He's staying with me for a week. So, and we just joked, for the day or a couple of days ago about that. And like, we're FaceTime with his wife and his daughter, my niece. And she's like, we did, for the church, we had to go, we did this and this. We had to, we got a bunch of graham crackers. And I go, cracker. Just, I don't know. My brother dies. Like, he's 100%
His wife's
sober.
going, what is wrong with you?
He doesn't drink, doesn't smoke.
Yeah.
Like, he was laughing so hard. She's like,
did he ever become a fireman?
no, teacher.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
that was an inside joke from 20 years ago, but
would I remember it?
yeah. The blue lights around the license plate.
Volunteer fireman.
Yeah, volunteer fireman.
Yep. He got several tickets
You're
for that.
impersonating a volunteer fireman.
He's like, really?
Who impersonates a volunteer firefighter? It's a volunteer
Not even a volunteer
position.
fireman.
I could just say I'm a volunteer firefighter because I just told you I'm volunteering.
Yeah, I'm on the way.
Yeah, I just volunteered. I just
bought the
did
plate.
it, and now I'm official.
Just bought the plate.
Where's the fire? I'm there. I just.
That was some bullshit, but no, it was the funniest shit. Like he's she has no idea why. Like, cause it was such a random, like only a brother type of thing would get it.
Yeah,
because we literally were just like
I know.
Every night we watched a crazy movie. He's not allowed because he's got a daughter.
But like me and my brothers and my cousin, like that grew up with me, we have like inside things too. Like they're not even from movies, or like maybe they were, but we don't even know what it's from.
You scooted off at some
but
point.
Like there's certain things that we're like we could just say it, and they're like, like. Oh, you brought that out? And like we don't even know where it originated, but we know that if we say it, they're gonna laugh. It has no good context. But.
Well, shit, like it's crazy when I talking about. I forgot. Like I have just a terrible memory. It's called getting old. It's great.
It is.
Like he'll bring up stuff.
I don't know where I'm supposed to be right now. I was wondering in here. Like you said, come by, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be someplace right now.
No, well, your job.
I'm
keeps
here.
calling.
I'm here where I said I was going to be. But was I supposed to leave here to do something else?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, you said you
I
had.
can't remember. I'd have to consult some kind of electronic.
That's
Someone's calling me.
Oh, dude, like if I don't add to my
Are
calendar,
you supposed to be here?
I'm definitely gonna forget all of it.
I'm drinking whiskey. I don't know.
You ever get?
I don't know what's going on.
You ever get depressed at what you set a reminder for? I'm like, Kyle, do you set a reminder to take the trash out? You know it's full. It's overflowing, almost on the floor. But you know what? Just in case I don't leave this living room for the next 4 days, I might want to set a reminder to take it out.
I have a coworker and I'll call him and he'll be like, Alexa, stop timer. And I'm like, can you do anything on your own?
Alexa, stop typing?
Timer.
Oh, I thought he said Alexa, stop. He's doing his work. Alexa, start a 5-page.
AI doing his whole job. He's just in his underwear. He's just watching Uncle Buck, like reenacting it. He's eating cornflakes with his duster
Flipping
buster.
that huge pancake?
Yeah, like while Uncle Buck's vacuuming off his chest of cornflakes, he's doing the same thing. He's like, yup, I can relate.
I'm Uncle Bucking today.
He's got the AI doing it. Turn off the AI.
Well, every third Wednesday, I Uncle Buck for the first part of my day. I just Uncle
It's
Buck.
blocked out on his calendar. Monday,
Uncle Bucking.
8 to noon. Uncle Buck.
It's just an adjective. Well, I've been Uncle Bucking now for 3 years, man.
Yeah, Friday noon to 3. Taxi driver.
No, are you driving a taxi? No.
Just if you haven't seen the movie, then you don't know. But if you've seen it, you can relate to what it's like Friday afternoon. But no, he's always like, Alexa, turn off timer or whatever. Alexa, stop this. I'm like, can you do anything on your own anymore? Is this what it means to be a geriatric? And he's like 4 years older than me. He's like,
oh, I thought you said he's 40 years old. Like,
no, he's not.
He's
40.
younger than us.
He's like 40. I don't know. I'm making up numbers. Let's say he's 46.
Okay.
You know, he's not 76.
But
I talk to him
older.
like he is when he's like, computer, stop telling me what I need to do to survive. Like,
order more mucinex.
Yeah. Alexa goes, reminder, breathe.
Dude, hey man, so ever since I see those videos, I don't have any fucking Alexa, none of that. Hey,
I have
none of that.
nothing.
Because dude, I watched the video that the Canadian what do they call themselves? Like the good hackers or whatever. They're like there's a word.
Like, and they know that what
like a word.
The
that's
data
better.
guy is listening to you all the time.
Yeah, just thesaurus, good hacker, and the opposite would be But this guy goes, he goes, hey, excuse me, and the guy's like, he's like making dinner or something. He's like, hi there. Yeah. He's like, just sorry, don't. I don't want to freak you out. I'm part of the Canadian all happy.
Oh, he hacks into the Alexa,
and he goes, I just want to let you know that I found some type of firmware somebody put on here. They're tracking all of your spending. All your credit cards are at risk. All your passwords are at risk. He goes,
he's Batman.
Yeah. But I guess the whole. the day I would rather somebody go, ha ha, got all your credit card numbers, than somebody hacking in and tell me, hey while you're sipping your Chardonnay and enjoying making your steak, someone has hacked in and taken everything that you have.
When you turned your light in your bedroom to red, the camera turned on and recorded the whole episode, and everyone knows who were with that woman that was 380 pounds.
Yeah. He goes, whenever you say Alexa, the cameras are already on.
Yeah.
But that's nuts, man, to have somebody like, because like I got cameras, I got living, because I sell a lot of cards.
Rings outside,
out everywhere. Because plus inside, like I sell a lot of cards and collectibles and things, so I have cameras facing and all that, just in case I ever got, like robbed, I could say, hey, here's the camera. But there's certain days, like I told you, like when you got the shower, man, and I have to, it's too hot. It's too hot in my bedroom. I get out that shower, now I don't have a roommate. I'm naked as fuck, come out here on this chair, that fan on high. But I'm thinking, if somebody's hacking, look at that camera angle. It's just like, that would be the worst.
Just jerking off, rubbing it between your thumb and your forefinger, and you're like, I don't want everyone to know that's how I do it.
Out the shower, cold. Yeah.
I want people to think I at least use my whole hand.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I definitely don't even risk masturbating.
Don't they know about shrinkage?
Oh, that'd be the worst to leak. I'm like, you can't tell the fan was on high and I was sweating.
Right.
There's no blood flowing in my penis.
Somebody was blowing on it
to my head and just making me sweat.
If you blow on it, this is going to happen.
Yeah. This isn't what it looks like. Damn you, Alexa. Well, that's like they asked me to go, do you want to link your Ring doorbell to other Ring doorbells in case you lose power? I'm like, no. Certain things, like I always think of like, all right, here's like, if, let's fast forward 10 years, if somebody sat across from me and they go, and because you agreed to that, your camera was available and open to all of your neighbors for this period of time, I'd be like, oh, fuck me. I probably said illegal shit. I'm sure I was probably some type of racist, sexist, something. Especially watching sports.
Oh, yeah. If someone could quote me through history, if you cherry picked it, I would sound like a terrible person. Oh. Because everyone said something. Maybe I was trying to be funny.
Exactly. But that's the biggest.
But if you take it out of context and don't tell me the rest of the conversation, you could cherry pick some stuff too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I used to do this thing where I would just quote lyrics. I never wrote out the N-word, of course. So I'd put like the dots or whatever else. But like if it's a good-ass song.
You got really into a song.
But in out of context, you fast forward when your time hop comes up. 10 years later, you said, watch a real N-word do it.
Right.
I just put that on Facebook. Like if you didn't know that was in a real song and I was on the way to work and we had a big weekend, you wouldn't. You just go, Kyle, did you say this? Like if you were like a celebrity, but like.
And you were leaving the linebacker and you were having a good night and you cranked up the music and you pulled away. You would have blown .079, of course, but you crank up the music and you're rapping along. You said it. You didn't mean to. You didn't know it was coming, but you knew it was coming. And then you're like, oh, you're like you were just going along. You were hyped. You're in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do it again in a good state of mind, maybe, or with anyone else around.
Oh, I'm rapping to the lyrics like, in my own car.
You're singing the song, right?
Well, that's a rule. If I'm in my own car, not somebody else there, but in my own car, I'm rapping to every lyric. And if it's the N-bomb, then I am going to rap right along like I am Lil Wayne. I know because I try to do the voice
too. Doesn't make it okay, but you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm not saying a bad word. I'm pretending to be Lil Wayne, even in the voice.
You're doing an impersonation.
I'm trying my hardest. In my head, it sounds pretty good.
You'd have to be a foot and a half shorter, but
also you need to sound like him too, which I don't.
Yeah.
But in my head,
well, again, if you were 4'2", you would sound like him.
Probably.
If your vocal cords were a full 8 inches shorter, you'd sound like Lil Wayne.
8 inches vocal cords. It's gross. Anyway,
I don't know where you just went with that, but I set myself up for it, and I have to live with it.
Well, hey, listen. Sometimes you measure it. Sometimes it says 8, and a lot of times it doesn't. Most all of the time, it never says that. But if you had like a 9-inch crazy, maybe you do, put it back, put it away. That's weird. That's weird.
You didn't want to see it.
you just hear on the mic. You're tapping it from there. I'm like, okay.
It just sounded like someone dropped a baloney boot on the floor.
That thing could take out a cobra.
Someone's grandma discovered themselves in an Afghan.
But would you do porn?
That's a look. I don't know.
I don't think I'd want my face.
Theoretically,
I don't think it makes.
Theoretically, it sounds awesome. You know what I mean? Like, what a dream job, right? But unfortunately, then you have to live your life after that, right? Because you're not going to do that for 50 years. If you do, then you're a legend and everybody knows you everywhere you go for that. And then people are going to spot you. Like, I would never want to do anything that people knew me on the street.
Or what if it like
even if it was for like a good reason.
Yeah. Like, what if you got, like, my thing is, it's better to visit paradise and miss it than to get sick of living in it. What if you got tired and annoyed that you had to have sex? That'd be a rough fucking day.
Or like it ruined it for you. Like,
yeah, you're like, oh, great. Yeah,
it's been done to death.
You're used to throwing that thing into caves and valleys, and you got to come home to your chick and be like, hey, I've been in everyone today. Do you
like,
want to...
Nothing's enjoyable anymore.
You're not having a good relationship with that either. Because like,
I have a more realistic...
Was she better than me?
I have like a more realistic
penis size
version of that.
Oh.
No. Well,
Me too.
Let's not go down that road, but...
it is 9, isn't it? I knew it. I saw it when you peed. It hit the water.
Sorry about the splashing on your floor.
I laid a towel
Your
down.
water's freezing, by the way. Crank up your water heater.
The toilet water heater?
But, no, like, I used to travel a ton for work, right? And, like, we'd go... You work, you go out to eat, you go back to your hotel room. Like, for a while, like, going out to eat was just ruined for me. I never wanted to go. Like, I could never go to a Chili's ever again.
Oh my god!
Because some places there's not a lot out there, right? Or like you just don't want to go searching. Like, I'm in a small town.
It's that comfort level. You know what's at Chili's.
I know what Chili's is gonna taste like. I know
what the clientele is gonna be.
If I'm on the road, I know what McDonald's is gonna taste like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna be thrilled, but I'm not going to be let down.
And you know
either.
your poop's going to be black, and that's a good thing.
Sometimes I just want to get Chipotle or Jimmy John's and take it to my hotel room because I know it's okay, and I know I'm going to eat it, and I'm going to do some more work. I'm going to watch the same show I watched a million times on TV, and I'm going to go to sleep. You know, so like sometimes it's great. Sometimes you hit a spot, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. This is my spot. Every time I come to this town. But like if you've had too much of a good thing, you're like, I don't want to go out to eat.
Yeah. It wears it out.
I'm going to Meijer. I'm getting a
rotisserie?
Like something that's pre-made. A sandwich that's already packaged.
Dude, they do those rotisseries. They used to for $5. Those rotisserie
the chicken fingers. The
chicken fingers and the sushi
or the
at
boneless
Meijer
wings.
too.
Not
yes,
bad.
Boneless wings. The sushi. I was surprised.
You get that little cup of boneless wings, and I get the little dill pickle bites, and you get like what are some drinks, and I'm like, okay, I got my Meijer nuggets, my dill pickle bites.
You get a
what
kombucha?
Are they called? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
They come in a little pouch.
Yeah.
And you can get spicy ones.
You're talking about like a regular ass pickle, right? The sealed pickles?
The little, it's like a pickle. It's like sliced.
Yeah, but they're in like a Ziploc,
it's like a Capri Sun. Like you rip off the top and you eat the little pickle slices.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
And they're flavored and they're good.
Because they do that with the full spears too.
Yeah, like let me get some nuggets, some pickles, and like some other random snack, a Gatorade, and an energy drink for tomorrow morning. I'm good. I don't want to go out to eat. I don't need a waitress.
And then you wake up the next day for your sophomore exam?
No. Like for work.
It feels like the most acid reflux I could ever put in my body later
terrible.
night.
Terrible.
Like something about, so I think yeah, like I murdered Jimmy John's like all the time. Like I loved it.
Yeah.
And then
but my Italian nightclub was my jam.
Oh my God,
it's Heartburn City later.
Dude, the way the mayo
mixes with the oil.
It turns into like a sauce.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's called the sandwich suck. When it starts to leak out a little bit, you got to suck it like a straw. That's how you know it's a good
coming
sandwich.
Out the back.
Yep.
You turn it around.
Flip it around. Suck the back of that sandwich.
Back to what you were doing.
Bingo.
Squeeze it a little bit.
Yep. It's a very sexual experience.
Forward.
It's a very if you're not jamming fingers and sucking right.
If someone just joined the podcast 48 minutes in, they're like, "Whoa." Change the channel.
They're like,
I didn't know I
suck
could.
it. I think I did just say spin it around and suck it from the back. I think I did say, yep. I'm going to call this episode the KQ show. Suck it from the back.
Yeah.
Your wife's like, you can't hang out with him ever.
Oh, she would have never made it this far.
Yeah, she would have. She's like, oh, I know it's right.
Yeah.
She need to listen to your regular job. Yeah, okay, cool. That's all fine.
I know what this nerd talks about sober. I don't need to hear him after 3 whiskeys.
Hour and a half in, not a chance. The best thing I always tell people to do with
you mean he's talking to someone else for the day? I consider
Thank God.
I call this podcast vacation.
Yeah, she sent me a text somehow. Dear God, thank you for kidnapping. I don't know.
She's going to send you a Harry and David basket. Thanks for taking them off my hands for the day. This son of a bitch. And my ears, bro, I'm sorry.
You're really good in that podcast. You should do that more. Maybe a regular. Yeah. What do you think about?
Maybe just go take a microphone into the mountains for like 10 years.
What do you think about you 3 to 4 days a week just heading down there?
What if you just maybe never speak to me again?
Took a turn.
I've got your credit card and we're taken care of.
Also, need your signature's going to expire in a year, so just in case.
Yeah. I think Australians call it a walkabout. But see you when the kids are grown.
I'll send you the bills, though.
Yeah.
Some pics. All right, so let me ask
Lord.
you.
So Barbasol and comb.
Listen, we're past. We're jumping.
We're past that, but
we because we murdered. Like we hit
the
such
first
a high
5
level.
or 6. We nailed it, and then we just.
I mean,
this is silly.
3 out of 5 we got in the second
once
one.
once two minds have melded, what more evidence? How much evidence do you need?
Probably just a cornucopia, man.
Yeah. Cornucopia.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, just start saying that randomly. When somebody asks you a question, like a
do you know what cornucopia is?
Yeah, it's a thing that you put like a bunch of weird fruit in.
Yeah, you put a bunch of squash in it.
Doesn't look like it should be called that. Call it a fucking basket.
No, it's like the most inefficient basket for squash carrying ever, but that's what it is.
Somebody's designed it and goes, hey man, check it out. This is terrible. But look, we got to give it a cool name. Does not contain corn.
Yeah.
And it's not a proceeding thing. Cornucopia, though, seems...
I see your basket, but what if it looked more like a French horn?
And what if we threw some what is a...
And what if like 60% of it fit nothing?
What is a copia? I mean, that's a thing. That's a... Yeah. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, why did you corn it?
That's my question. Well, first off, before we know what you corned...
I don't know what a copia is, but does this copia expire that you need to preserve it somehow with corning seasoning?
Does corn help preserve copias?
Corning, like the process of corning, like corned beef. You put like salts and seasonings on it, and it preserves. It's like pickling.
So is
corning
it the same...
is like pickling. Like you preserve the...
Can you do that with a wicker...
kill the bacteria on the outside?
Is it not a wicker basket, cornucopia?
I thought it was. So hey, what were those wicker baskets that were like popular like in late 90s, early 2000s? Like
Easter baskets?
No, somebody had like these baskets and like they had one that was like a L shape, so it, like fit on your steps. There was like a brand of baskets that was Suburban House Mom. Like, I mean, I was in high school, but all the affluent moms had them.
Oh, see, we
had like a basket brand. It wouldn't have been a River Park thing. No offense.
I don't. No offense taken.
And I don't live in Granger.
I meant to say that. I was like,
I didn't live in Granger either. It was more of like it's a Granger thing. It's above both.
Come
of
on,
us.
Your house was right across the tracks.
I was right.
You were right over that line.
I was literally on the wrong side of the tracks.
No, you're on the right side. That's when you had. That's the money side.
You were on the right side.
Less break-ins.
But I was just over the line.
Yeah, you just crossed the line.
I was nowhere.
But I
was 10 miles.
You were
from
up
the
working just like us. Yeah. You didn't.
I was there.
You didn't think you were north of
I
the
walked
tracks.
to 7-Eleven.
You were a south side of the track.
I walked to 7-Eleven.
You hung out at Potawatomi real late at night. Throw fucking turds at the Dolphins.
Smash people's windows with snowballs. Or your friend with a water balloon.
So I was like, hey, I want you to bring up some stories. So I spent time, we pelted, what was it? One of the Perry brothers. We mollywopped his car, all of us. And everybody thought it was funny.
Who didn't we assault?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I said it was one, I think we all of the Perry brothers.
It wasn't personal.
And he like walked, he stopped, put in park and walked over and it's like.
You call him out, now he's going to put a covenants on your
But I'm like, me, you, and like.
Parkway in front of your house.
5 of our other buddies were all standing there. I'm like, what are you getting? It's high school kids. There's all of us. What are you getting out of your car so mad for? You have a 10-year-old Ford Taurus. Yeah. That's why we threw it at you. We know to stay away from the rich kids.
That's a hot car.
Yeah, I was like, come on, guy.
20-year-old Chevy. Yeah. If you have a car.
You have a 20-year-old Chevy?
No, I said at the time, if you had a 10-year-old car, you were rich. You were a rich kid. Like,
yeah, and he was a part of that. He was a part of that money side, too.
My wheels are falling off.
He was a part of that money side, too. It's like, come on, man. Your dad could buy this house and a new car. What do you... Just go back into your car. Dude, we all...
Yeah. If you get out, you're getting hit again.
We all murdered the hell of that car. It was just a perfect spot right there, man.
I don't remember who, but I wouldn't bring it up. I wouldn't call him out if we were, but we definitely got in trouble for doing some things.
Yeah.
People were like, oh, it was this person, this person, this person.
Oh, yeah. Just deny.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
It was so easy. And there was never could you imagine being a kid like we were now?
No, somebody would have recorded it on cell phone as we drove away. Like, there they are.
Hey, we're going to hit another car.
I am. Look, I'm soaking wet. That was them.
Dude, I remember in school, like, they'd call you in the office or whatever, and I was like, it was Adams. Like Newton. I'm like, Newton.
No, but we would have taken that footage and made our own YouTube channel, and we'd be like rolling around in Lambos.
Would we? Or would it be like those kids that post the videos and they got arrested? And
we would have been posting the videos and we'd been like in Lamborghinis. So like, those are our friends. They go to school with us. They're cool with it. And we would have slipped them 100 and they would have been like, we'll sign the release.
Or we would have been the millionaires because people would have been watching our
No, that's what I
YouTube.
mean. That's what I mean. We would have recorded the stuff and we would have been like riding around in our Porsches like, today we're gonna buy this car because it has a good hatch, and then we're gonna drive around and hit people with balloons full of shaving cream, and then like, yeah, we would have had a YouTube channel.
We're gonna drive this Lamborghini off the St. Joe
and
River
then
Bridge.
People would cuss us out, and we'd pull back around and be like, all right, please sign this release. Here's $200. Like, cool. People have been signing up. Hey, will you humiliate me after school on Thursday? Will you tag me?
Could you beat the shit out of this kid? Because he's dude.
When you give me this wedgie, will you put it on?
Could you tag me?
Will you mention me on YouTube?
You sign my undies?
Yeah.
Dude, I remember it was so crazy.
And then Me Undies would have approached us with a sponsorship.
Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
They did, in fact, have a cornucopia. I don't care what they say.
It's right on the waistband. That is the
that's one of the Mandela effects.
Cornucopia.
You see that, the Mandela effects? Like, oh, there was never a cornucopia in Fruit of the Loom. Like,
yeah, there was.
But there was.
Yeah, right
the reason is there wasn't internet back there. So today you could be like, hey, Nike had this. No, they didn't. Just like I'm sure I remember watching Sinbad in genie type clothing doing something.
Oh yeah, you've seen it. You've seen it. Anyone who says it's not real is.
You see when Sinbad came back on, he's wearing like the hammer pants and everything else. He's like, I was in Shazam, the original. And then he goes, oh shit, they know. And he ran out. Like, I thought it was pretty funny for him to do. Like, just, I don't know.
I didn't see that, but that's hilarious.
He's just, because he's wearing like his, like, cause you remember, what was a movie, it was when Disney came out, as
Blank Check?
Not that one. The other one where
Blank Check.
Blank Check was good too. Blank Check was but no, the where he was like the president's son in Sinbad was.
Oh, that's what he was but what was that called? That's what he was in. I was thinking he's in Blank Check. But
I was thinking
he was the bodyguard in the
president's son,
something like that.
First kid. Yeah. But there was a part in there at the skating where you go, this is where he put the pants on. This is where and then he wasn't, and then he was in some mascot outfit. Like I thought I remembered him skating. He was going undercover to watch him because he was going to see a girl or whatever, and like Sinbad was his bodyguard. So he was like, I thought I remembered the original. He
just wanted to be a normal kid.
Yeah, he would not. I thought he was.
So he left him alone for like 5 minutes, and someone tried to kidnap him.
Yeah, but I thought that was the part where Sinbad dressed like pretending to be like a genie or something. I thought that's what I remember from. Then I watched it when Disney Plus came out, and he's just standing there in like a weird roller skating.
Wrong.
I was like, well, I mean, it makes sense though. I mean,
I don't know where it came from. My son got really into Ghostbusters this week.
Like the original ones?
Like out of nowhere, just loves Ghostbusters, but he'd never seen Ghostbusters.
Wait, who didn't know?
It was like in a YouTube video. Like somebody in a
your 4-year-old?
Yeah, like somebody in a YouTube video got Ghostbusters toys, and now he decided he wanted a Ghostbusters car, and he got one at Meijer, and then now he's just like hardcore Ghostbusters. So now he wants to like see them. So I start putting on the original movies. I'm like, I'm going to watch them with you because I don't know how appropriate they are.
Oh, the Keymaster was scary. That dog with the red eyes?
Yeah, and so
scared of that.
He wasn't scared of that, but then like, I'm like, I want to make sure it's appropriate. And then like, he loses interest in like 3 minutes.
Oh, so what is he, what is he, a toddler?
Because it's like live action. He doesn't want to see anything live action.
For real?
So then we watch the cartoons.
So what do you mean live action?
Like a real movie.
Okay.
He only watches animated stuff.
Oh, he wants to see it animated, not...
Yeah, or he wants to see the most ridiculous, dumb people filming their enormously boring lives on YouTube. He's cool with that. He'll watch regular people pretend they're Ghostbusters in their house, but he doesn't want to watch the Ghostbuster movie.
That's like kids that...
I don't get it.
Kids that watch other kids... I guess I kind of do this. I watch this one dude...
I guess it's more relatable because you too own a house and toys, and you could play toys in your house. And then I'm like, well, why don't we actually play toys in our own house?
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of toys, and you have room dedicated to playing, so maybe do this. Yeah.
Were you a fan of
you want to make your own video?
Were you a fan of the, are you a Ghostbusters, like, fanatic or whatever? Are you one of the people that, like, you watch?
So he wanted to watch it, and then, like, this week we YouTubed it, right? And the only one that was, like, free to watch, I'll rent him movies occasionally, but, like, it takes 6 days for him to get through it. He watches 15 minutes.
Oh, you can't rent them on Amazon, then? You got, what, 48 hours to watch it?
Yeah. Like, I have to rent it 6 times. I'm not buying a different movie every week. I have a $200 bill at the end of the month. So anyway, the newest one, The Afterlife, was available for free on YouTube. And I'm like, cool, let's watch this. And like, I liked Ghostbusters when I was a kid. I had all the toys. He was like, he got this little Ecto one. And the video we were watching, the people bought some vintage off of eBay. I'm like, buddy, he's like, look at these cool toys. I'm like, I'm about to blow your mind next time we go to Grandma's house. Because I got all this shit. And so,
hell, are you serious? I was all like,
my mom never got rid of everything. I got all my He-Man,
awesome,
G.I.
dude.
Joe,
Yeah, you should look up.
Ghostbusters. I got the Ecto one.
That could be like your retirement.
I mean,
Some
they're
of those,
all played with.
Doesn't matter. Some of these toys stuff are dumb.
Oh, yeah. That's what I told her. She goes, I'm going to give them all these. I'm like, hold on.
No, Mom, wait.
Let's pump the brakes before we give a 4-year-old, because they're going to do the same thing that my 4-year-old brothers did at the time, and that's break the shit.
Break them all.
And now it's 35 years old, brittle plastic. So we'll show them to them. But let's check eBay before we just
let's get some shadow boxes.
Turn them loose because
yeah.
his new car that's made out of cast iron or die cast metal, he's already broke 5 pieces of it in the first 12 hours. Like, let's not turn him loose on the vintage toys yet.
He has undid welds.
Yeah, but I'm like, what was I talking about? But I was just like, you're gonna be super excited when you see.
So you show him it?
Not yet, because he hasn't been up here, but he'll come up here and raid my mom's attic and like this crazy stuff.
Yeah, I see your mom walking all the time. She's always like, I think I've given like a head nod or wave at her.
No, she get excited if she saw you.
No, I'm not sure if she knows who I am at the time, but she's always like,
if you're like, hey, I'm Kyle Quick, and she'd be like, oh,
yeah,
she might not recognize you at a glance.
She's always like in such a serious conversation with a person she's talking to. No.
She's probably just talking on her headset.
No, she's with somebody. She was walking with like a walking party by kind of like by the old East Race.
Yeah.
And like I'm always like, I'm not gonna be. I'm always on a bike, just like, hey, I'm Kyle Quick. So I was like, so instead I just trick her, and then I have her. No, but I'm always she always like serious in the conversation.
Yeah. You're always. She puts a stick in your spokes, like, you ruined my basement.
I feel like
you threw up in my backyard.
I feel like your mom hasn't aged in like 20 years. Like she's still walking faster than I could even walk. Like I feel like if she's like, hey, let's do a walk, I'm like, no, I see how fast you walk. You do that thing where your shoulders move. I'm like, how do you? Like, I'm biking 12 miles per hour and she's passing me. I'm like, what the fuck?
She has a little bell, ring, ring, when she goes past you.
She's holding the horn,
ring, ring. Like, passing on your left.
On your left, like, wait a minute.
I'm on the bike.
Like, how's she moving so fast? What is going on? All right, whiskey time.
All
right, Zachary. Question of the day. First time you and your wife did anal.
Just okay, talking about your segues. Funny enough, it was on a segue.
It was actually
we were taking a tour of Washington Monument. It was like, you know what would make this not boring?
Oh, you guys are number 2 in this one. Hi. All right, you ready? So I got some fun questions that I find the answers are all over the map. So we're just going to get it kicked off. How many
7
owls would it take for you to see in your regular day until you're like, what the fuck's going on?
Oh. 7.
So 7 owls. So like I'm saying, like you wake up in the morning and you go out to your...
I don't ever see... I've probably seen 2 owls ever. That would be really weird. If I woke up and saw 2... If I woke up and saw 3 owls, I'd be like, why is there 3 owls? If I saw 1, I'd be like, cool, an owl. I'd be like, 2 owls? But 3, I'd be like, 3 motherfuckers are up to something.
Baby, we're moving.
Yeah, I'm like, they're following us. Like,
well, I guess because I actually asked my brother this, and his wife goes, oh, me and Mazzy, like, we took this owl crazy. Like, somehow they just knew all of the specs and answers of all owls. Well, first off, you shouldn't see an owl during the day. They're nocturnal.
Great horned owls.
She's like, well, they're nocturnal, so they're sleeping all day, so you shouldn't see any owls. And I go, oh, fuck.
Too technical.
Yeah, I go, oh, shit, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because, I've never, the only owl I've seen is creeping up on my porch. It waits till, like, birds come in and start making nests.
That's like a raccoon or a possum. If you see a raccoon or possum when you wake up.
That's rabies, right?
That's weird. Yeah.
Because that means they usually have rabies and they're losing their mind or whatever.
Get rid of them.
So I guess the owl question, it blew me away when I was thinking about nocturnal. But I was thinking, 3 owls is too much.
Too many.
The first time you see an owl during the day, you're probably like, fucking weird. What's this owl doing?
Yeah. I see 3. I'm like, who are you?
All right. Yeah. Well, thanks for listening, folks. We tried our best.
This podcast brought to you by Corn.
You a leaner or a squatter?
What does that mean? Like when I pee?
You get home from work, long day, maybe you had Chipotle, and you're like, man, I gotta take a shit. You pop on into the bathroom, you get done with your dump. Are you leaning and wiping? Or are you hovering off the seat?
I don't know, honestly.
You're about to wipe. There's two type of wipers.
I think it's instinctive, though.
There's the leaners.
I don't break it down, and I don't go, oh, am I in the right ankle?
Well, no, I'm saying like either you lean using one cheek, you lean one cheek and you wipe, or you're a hover where you're like I'm a hover.
I don't feel like I'm touching the ball.
Okay, you're a hover.
Okay.
I used to call it.
I'm not touching the ball.
Right. I used to call it leaners and standers. But people, when you say I don't stand to wipe, I don't mean stand. I mean you're off the. I call it squatting. Yeah, you're off. You
kind of get up, but you need an access point.
I don't want like just the leaners.
Yeah, you have like an approach angle, like you're flying a plane.
Bingo.
Yeah, I think I'm in that category.
Okay. Now, are you folder or crumpler with the toilet paper? Yeah.
Crumple's insufficient.
I know. It is very insufficient.
It's just
there
like
are leaning crumplers.
Making a mess.
Leaning crumplers ruining toilets.
You're just taking advantage of how easy it is to get toilet paper. You're just making them. I can't live with that chaos.
And you might get it on the side of the thumb if you're crumpling. If you're just grabbing it, and keep in mind these are also the people that are leaning. If you're leaning, if
I just ate a granola bar, this is poop unrelated. I'm opening it and like, peeling open the package. I'm eating my Cliff Bar, and like I slide it out and I fold it back closed, and I go place that in the trash. I don't crumple up the Cliff Bar wrapper. What's the point of that? Like, why did I exert that energy to mash it up as if it's going to save the planet or something? It's still the same trash.
I feel like the folding. I feel like
I don't like this chaos in my life.
I don't understand like there's a lot of people that are leaning crumplers. They lean.
It's
over.
like you go extra work to make a bigger mess.
I'm taking 8 squares, fold it in half. You got yourself 4 squares, right? Fold that in half again. Now you have a solid 4-layer tube.
Fold it.
I paint the fence. I paint the fence. I'm a fence painter. I do go both ways. So you're wiping towards your balls. Like I wipe both ways. I'm not wiping towards people. I'm not saying like you wipe towards your. You're coming all the way up.
You're not like going back and forth.
No, I'm not simmering to that.
You're not like rubbing it.
No, I go different. And then when you go either way you go, you can fold that bitch again, and then you can go up. So sometimes you can probably get a decent clean poop out of your 8 squares folded comfortably.
It's not like I ran over somebody I don't like. I'm going to hit him and I'm going to reverse and hit it again. I don't do that.
Right.
But I don't know if I have a directional preference.
Yeah. I just, because it's a question people have. Like, there are people that are.
It's a question you have.
I have. Everybody does.
I don't know if everyone thinks about this.
I think they do. Because when I ask them, they do get a little serious about it. I just feel like leaning people are ruining toilets all over the place. You're leaning. Toilet, you ever on a toilet? You ever get somebody's house where they probably installed the toilet themselves? You're sitting there going, well, this is making noise back and forth. I feel like one hard flush
I just installed the toilet, but it doesn't rock back and forth, I don't think.
Well, then you did it right.
Yeah.
So, but there's times where I'm like, I'm going to be the person who's going to ruin this toilet. But, all right. Next question. Keeping it on religious.
On the poop?
Keep it on religious beliefs. You ever pooped in the sea?
In the sea? Like an ocean?
So I say sea. Have you ever pooped in a lake, river, or ocean?
I was going to say, I don't need you to specify. I've never pooped.
Not a pool.
I've never pooped in anybody.
I'm saying sea. I'm not saying like a.
I've never pooped in anything greater than a 1 gallon capacity.
Damn, you never had like shit. I had to poop one time in Lake Michigan.
In the woods? In the lake?
Yeah, in the lake. Yeah,
in the lake.
So like basically where we had gone, buddies' houses. Way over here. And we walk all the way down to Lake Michigan with a cooler. That's all we have.
No, I've never done that. I don't even think not in the woods. Nothing.
Really? Never. Like I think you're an outdoorsy guy.
I feel like I plan ahead.
You taking Imodium?
No, I just feel like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna eat the Cliff Bar. I'm gonna start drinking the Red Bull. That's like my normal breakfast.
What? First off, those two things sound like you're gonna shit immediately.
Yeah.
Cliff Bar. I'm gonna take a ton of caffeine and fiber, and then
I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then I'm gonna. Like, it's all going to kick in. I'm going to have protein. I'm going to have caffeine. I'm going to have some sugar. And I'm ready to start my day. And I've got that out of the way.
Never stuck somewhere yet? Never stuck anywhere you had to poop?
Not that bad. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The urge happens. Nature calls, even if you're in nature.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're in nature.
Oh, yeah.
I've never had to have, like, an emergency poop in the woods. I've never had to, like, clean on a tree.
You never shit yourself then?
No,
I definitely shit myself.
not like that.
Not like a shit, but like I thought it was a fart and it was not.
Well, I mean, that's happened to everybody.
Well, this came out splash while I was playing basketball, and everybody's like, "What is that
Oh,
smell?"
no,
I just kept pretending it wasn't me because I knew right when I farted, I go,
No, mine's more likely to happen at home. Like,
"Oh
I'm like,
yeah," when I was
is that it?
Oh, when I was
Do I need to get up off the couch?
I made the mistake of
No,
sneezing.
no, you don't. It's just
When I was sick one time, I sneezed and shit right in this damn chair.
yeah,
Didn't know I
believe
did,
that.
but like this sneeze, like you know when you're sick, where you
I'm
can't
glad you
control
didn't
it.
say this chair that I'm sitting.
Oh, what I've done on that couch.
Okay.
If I had a nickel, I'd have a whole nickel. It's mostly masturbation.
Yeah.
Right.
Thankfully, it's suede. There's only so much damage you could have
No, that's
done.
not suede. It feels like suede. It used to be leather.
Oh, it was leather?
I have wore it down.
Yeah. It's
Whole
weathered
thing
leather.
evenly.
Yeah.
I wear it evenly when I'm.
This is soft because of the friction.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I hope he enjoyed it too.
Well, he was gentle. That was the first time I met my deacon. So, next question. You or anybody you know, closest near-death experience? Like, you ever had something where you're like, fuck, man, I almost died here? Or does anybody else you know have a crazy story about life, like near-death experiences?
Yeah, I lost control of my car once. Like slid. Like I didn't feel like it at the time.
Now,
like-
let's go back. Where was this at? You do live in Indy? You live in Indy?
South Bend. In
So it
South
was
Bend.
up here? Okay.
And like the
What car?
car started to slide, and then I was like just kind of like everything was kind of like locked up, and I felt like I was just sliding forward, and like yeah, like I hit a curb, and like whatever, and I hit a it just felt like I was going forward and I couldn't stop, but I felt like it's gonna come to a stop, right? Like you can only slide so far, and then but I hit a light pole, but it was fiberglass, so it just like sliced right through it, you know. But then the light itself, like as I slid to a stop, like fell through my windshield, like
You're talking about the
onto my
light changing
hands.
thing?
There's
Those
like
big ass-
the light at the top of the pole, just like the light itself, the globe,
Oh, I
the
gotcha.
glass, like the big light
Thing's pretty
fixture.
fucking huge, yeah.
The whole fixture just fell through my windshield,
Smashed through your windshield?
through my windshield, like between my hands, like it's right on my steering wheel, and I'm like, okay, so like. I get out, and I'm like, I chuck it out the door. I'm like, I'm on the wrong side of the road. I'm like, okay, let's try to get home. So I start driving. I'm like, nothing in this car. Nothing in this car.
Are you
feels
still
right.
holding the light?
No, it's like the light's out. Like I threw it in the grass, and I got back in my car and started driving. I'm like, we only have like 2 more blocks. Like, let's go. And like I'm like, this is hard to drive. Like we can't get anywhere. And so I get it back out. I'm like, my tire is not.
I was about to say,
It's no longer attached to the car because it hit the curb and snapped
It was
off.
missing.
But then, like, in retrospect, like, walking back down the skid path, like, the bumper grazed a tree that I didn't even realize was there.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, 1 foot, 1.5 feet to the left. And I would have just gone, like,
Dead.
50 miles an hour into a tree. Like, it changes your perspective. We got real serious real quick here, but changes your thought process when you get behind the wheel for sure.
Damn. How long ago was this?
It was like 2006.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like recently and shit. Like I can
Oh,
imagine
it's a
seeing
long time ago.
Man. What vehicle was that?
I had a Dodge Charger.
No.
I still have the car.
I was hoping it was it. Was
What?
that a Geo?
That was not a Geo. I drove that bitch.
Don't you wish you would have kept it like a little bit, like just stored it in
A
some...
little bit.
Just
like,
just think about like after like so many years,
It
you just
would've
open up
never
some
been-
pole barn and it's just there.
Like I wish I would put it in like my grandma's shed, and then like 20 years later come back and like there she is. Like I drove that thing with no brakes. One of my friends still tells people stories like in high school this guy drove us around in this car. The brakes were gone and he just used the emergency brake everywhere he went. And I'm like, that's a true story. I do remember, I thought it was Ryan. Me, Kyle, and Ryan got like, somebody got tickets to like a Chicago Fire game. And like, well, the game starts in an hour and a half. We're like, we can make it. And we're like just fucking trucking. Like, I don't even know. My speedometer on that car stopped at 80. Fucking when cop pulled me over, I'm like, I was going 80 and a 70. He's like, I gotta be going 105. I would have known. I'm like, sir,
I don't know how fast
the
this
needle
goes.
stops at 80. So I thought the most you can tell me is I was going 80 and a 70, and like we blazed it and made it in like 65 minutes. So like, who knows how fast the car was going because it didn't. The speedometer didn't go that high.
It was 80 plus.
It like stopped at like 80 or 85. Like, so we were going 80 or 85 plus, right? Like we don't know. We don't know what the tolerance says on this thing. We could have been 110. We could have been going 86. I don't know.
We could have been going 81.
Yeah, we could have been going 81. We don't know if we're going 81 or 100.
It was at least 82 because it was pinned.
Whatever the max of this car is, that's what we were doing. And then like we made it there so fast. We're like, we run up to the stadium thinking we're so late. We're like, oh, because we didn't have cell phones. We didn't know what time it was. Obviously, whatever the stereo I had was like cheap. So we didn't know if it was probably not the right time or like the battery died and I didn't reset it. When someone jumpstart me, I didn't fix it. It's just always 12 p.m.
Frag it.
And so I was like, I don't know what time it is. And we're like, we heard the national anthem. We're like, holy shit, how fast did we get here? We thought we'd miss at least half. And like we're coming home and like the doors are going boom, 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 boom. Like the doors are opening and closing as we drive. Like we're pushing the limit of what this car is.
Just everything is shaking.
The bolts are physically a bit able to hold together. It's like, again, that could have been 81, which is a normal, semi-normal speed. It could have been 146. We don't know. We don't know what that 4-cylinder was capable of.
You feel like them cats in that submarine going down for Titanic. We're pushing the limits.
Yeah. Did anybody hear anything creak? Don't worry about that.
Nope. Did you see they did a reenactment of that? Like
it
what
sounded
it would
like somebody stepped on a can. No, you're good.
They said they were like the way the physics worked, like they redid it, and the human body just blew up.
Squish.
It will shrink so fast, like
you put a bunch of ketchup packets in an aluminum can and stepped on it.
But it like vaporized. Like it wasn't like a squish. No, it was like a boom. Just like they just showed
like
the video.
Resisted. It was like just 10 times what the capability
was. A Coke
was.
can and just human blood everywhere. First, I don't care how much money you have. If somebody goes, hey, climb on in here and sit on the floor of this fucking Tylenol capsule. I'm like, I gave you $500,000. Why am I sitting Indian styled in a goddamn tuna can?
I never understood that. Like the average cost for somebody that summits Mount Everest, which is like a challenging feat, right? Is like
they say it's cold.
It's like $45,000 average cost for all the gear, equipment, travel. You pay these Sherpas who are the actual cool people, the actual superhumans that go to the top. And they just carry your shit.
You're born and raised in that altitude.
They carry your shit because you're
a bitch.
A bitch from New York.
And you get 1,000 feet and you're out of it. You're like, well, you got 10 more.
You're carrying my backpack. And they're like, yeah, we do this every Thursday. Yeah. And so anyway, like $45,000. If I have $45,000 to blow on a trip, I'm not going to risk my life freezing to death. Like, no. I'm going to Fiji for a week and renting jet skis every day. Like, I'm sitting, I'm drinking, I'm having everyone bring me food. I'm sitting in the sand. All
inclusive.
Like, I want a snorkeling expedition.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
yes.
I just want to
see a fucking dolphin
and look down in the ground and see some fish and some coral.
It's totally clear.
Like, bring me sushi. Like,
I want to be so fat. Like, if I want to go like that's my thing is like I want to like. I still want to this day. I still have never seen. Like I've been to both oceans.
Yeah,
both. I say both. I've been to East and West Coast.
I've been to all the oceans.
So I think that's 2 out of the.
Yeah,
that counts.
Yeah, I've been to Oregon and Rhode Island. Thank you.
I've been to California and North Carolina. Similar, but I'm going to Texas. Or San Antonio. It'd be too far for the. Anyway, but I've never seen like crystal clear water. I never got to like snorkel or anything like that. That would be a vacation I want to do. But I want to do the shit like, hey. Let me get the hop on these 4-wheelers and go like, take a little tour. Like I want to do that type of stuff, but I'm not going to do the stuff that like you're just guaranteed to die on. Like I don't like. There's
no
and my point, like I got too many of these zip lines that you see.
I don't want to go to Antarctica. I don't want to pet a penguin and risk freezing.
I would like to see, man. So I went down when you watch these. glaciers fall apart. It's called
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. But I want to do it from
or
I want to do
cracking,
it
whatever
from
they
a
do.
boat. I
Or
want to do it from a
whales.
boat
I love whales.
where like
but-
there's cocktails.
all
when
the,
I'm
all,
done,
all in. I never want to. I don't want to hand you cash. I don't want to swipe a card. I want constant alcohol and food brought to me. I want to gain at least 20 pounds in a week.
I don't want to climb anything.
Me neither. I'm talking. I'm sitting back and watching.
Like
As I'm drinking, I want to watch a whale jump and then a fucking iceberg fall and flip. You ever seen the iceberg that flip over?
Oh, they're crazy.
And the sound.
But I don't want to be close.
No, hell no. I'm like no, like like the guys that are there, they're a little too risky. Like I'm screaming at the YouTube video, go,
Run.
tsunami wave. Then you hear him and his,
you're sweating.
The only word you know is
why are you
tsunami.
sweating? I was watching Cops. No, my brother lives in Denver, and like me and my mom went out there, and we all went hiking, and like we went hiking for the day, right? And like you go up, you see a mountain. We saw ice in June, whatever. Like it was cool. But then we hiked down, and we went out to dinner, and we went to a brewery, and like that was fun. We saw a waterfall. We saw a glacier. Like whatever. I don't want to come to face with death, and I don't have any money. So if I have money, like I'm going to be further away from death. Like, put me on a boat cruising through the Caribbean, right? Like, put me on the yacht.
I think it's called a cruise ship
in the Mediterranean.
Oh, you want you don't want a cruise? You want a
I've
yacht.
been on a cruise. Like
you want your own personal people. You don't want everybody.
Like,
you don't be herded like cattle.
Money,
you want to be
take me through the islands of Hawaii on this. Just me and my 10 closest people, right? Like I like adventure to an extent. Like, I don't want to put my life at risk. I'm not Bear Grylls. I don't want to drink my own pee for 3 days.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm the biggest bitch when it comes to outdoor shit. Like, I'm not that guy. Like naked and afraid, done. It would take me 4 seconds. Like, first mosquito bite on my dick, done. I'm out of here. This is stupid. This is dumb. Like people that are out in the, like I don't know if you're watching Naked and Afraid. They put them naked.
And afraid.
Always in areas that are like in the most humid area where just bugs murder their body.
I don't want to do that. I'm like, I like hiking. I like camping. That kind of stuff. But like, I don't want to go out of my way to put myself at risk. I don't need to do that. There's a lot of cool shit I can do. Like,
I'm not a camp. Like if hey, well, man, we're gonna go camping. Cool. Where's the cabin?
Right. Exactly. No? Because there's some cool shit you can do from a cabin.
I can't sleep in a tent. Then it gets moist. It gets always fucking damp.
I got a group of friends that we go on a camping trip every year. 10 years ago, we would really camp. We'd put up tents. But like, we're in a campground. This isn't camping. Like, let's at least go someplace where we have to hike a couple hours and set up tent. Let's like really camp. And that never really took off. I'm like, all right, if we're not really going to hike or camp, like,
let's get a fucking
why
cabin.
Are we sleeping on the ground? Let's just get a
cabin with
Let's go to Gatlinburg. Let's
go to the mountains.
This year we go every year in September. This year we're going looking at a couple places. We might go to like one places we're going to go is Alabama, and like there's a creek, a river that flows right by the cabin. But like we're in the cabin, we can go down, we can go fishing, we can walk up the road, throw an inner tube in the water, we can float down.
Alabama,
like, that's enough.
That's heat. You don't want to be in a fucking tent, man. You AC. I mean,
right. We got a cabin. That's enough wilderness. You know?
Oh yeah. See, I'm just not. I'm
not
a
crazy.
I'm not out. I mean, I'm an outdoorsy guy, but here's the I'm a comfort guy. Like I'll be honest. Like I don't want to be.
I love being an outdoorsy guy, but I'm not gonna put. There's no reason to put your life at risk on purpose. You know, I don't need. You don't need to drop me from an airplane in the Sahara. I don't need to go to Antarctica. I don't need to climb a mountain to prove I'm cool.
I would like to be in the water with a shark, though, with like a great. I think like one of my scary things.
Yeah, well, let's get a cage. Let's get some wetsuits. The chainmail suit. Like, let's do this safe.
I want to see. I mean, I think I'd probably
you
bitch
go
out.
to Indianapolis Zoo and pet a shark.
I would 100% bitch out, but I would like. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's some weird. I would like to look at a fucking like a fucking great white shark, like. Without a cage just coming at me, like
you don't.
But I don't want it to eat me. But I think I would be. So I don't know what that. But I feel like.
But you want some level of safety, because you're going to tell me that you're ready to go out there. Like someone could drop you off the southern.
No, I don't have the skills, the swimming skills. No, I would need
in the cage, and you're ready to face the great white.
I would do it in a cage, yeah. Because I feel like there's certain things that I'm scared of. I'm scared of that, like.
Did you ever watch,
I would rather you drop me right next to a 20-foot great white and with no cage, just a life vest, than tell me I'm going to put you in an 8x8 room and there's a brown recluse spider in here and it's dark. Nope.
I feel you.
Nope. I'm going to hold my breath till I die because I cannot. Spiders are so fucking scary to me.
What's like your dream adventure then? We're flipping this.
Probably just Margot Robbie, like 24 hours straight of just as much sex as I could.
Yes.
But since you can't book that.
I'm talking about something that's going to be like a weekend, not 3 minutes.
Well, I could do another 3 minutes, like every
10 minutes, you could
24
do another 3. Every 12 hours, you could do
15,
another 3 minutes.
We'll say 15.
I mean, let's say like Margot Robbie's got some money, right? So there's going to be coconut water.
First off, I mean, if I were to enter her, I'd be done immediately because that would be
2 to 3 minute stops.
Not even. No. We're talking 2 to 3 pumps probably.
The first time at least.
Yeah. So the second time,
uncharted waters. You didn't know what it was going to be like.
Bingo.
So yeah, I see what you want to put a weekend in because like by the end of the weekend you're giving 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah. But no, like on a grand scheme of things, I wouldn't mind doing it. The only thing about I don't like to be like.
Do you want to hunt Bigfoot? Do you want to go on the Oregon Trail? Do you want to go on an African safari?
No, hot.
I have a friend that went on African safari. Hot. It sounded cool.
Nothing about African safari. I don't like hot. I don't like if it's real hot. I want to be somewhere.
What's your dream vacation? Not even an adventure, just a vacation.
Dream vacation, probably somewhere like, somewhere tropical where I could I do want to do I'd like to swim with fucking dolphins. I'd like to be able to see crystal clear water. And when I get out that water, I want somebody to bring me I want weed and as much alcohol and as much food as I want brought to me.
That's a cruise. That's a cruise ship.
Do they bring you weed too?
I don't know about weed.
We can get off in Jamaica.
Get it. Like, you go to Jamaica.
I guess, honestly, if they were bringing me that much alcohol, I wouldn't even need weed. I mean, if I was able to get as much food, I'd rather be like, actually, you know what? I want 19 pieces of beef jerky from a pork tenderloin.
But, like, I went on a cruise, and we went to, the first stop was the Dominican Republic. And, like, we got off, and they had, like, a little mini Sea World. Like, I saw tarpon in a glass thing, whatever. And then, like, you go to, like, a cove, and they have, like, dolphins that are, like, they're captive. But, like, we've swam with dolphins. We put a little life jacket on. You grab its fin, and it pull you a couple hundred meters. Like, I got a little video on a thumb drive. Like, I got pictures. And, like, the dolphins swam up, and, like, they know the deal. Like, they swim up. You grab their fin. They scurry across the sand for 30, 40 meters, which is nothing to them, with you holding onto their fin. And you're like, oh my God, I'm riding a dolphin. And they're like, yeah, whatever, give me my fucking sardines.
Yeah, he's like, look, I'm just tugging this little bitch.
Like, look, I'm
smarter
just
than us.
you.
Look at this dumbass.
This is my 9 to 5.
He's having a great. I'm getting a free fish out of this.
Yeah. You're like, I know what I gotta do. You know what you gotta do. This is part of.
Hey, Mark, I'm an OT. I'm gonna pull this guy right here, time and a half.
Yeah. Right? They don't go jump over the wave break and like take you out to sea. They're like, oh, I'm doing my time. Like, I know what.
Oh, I mean, to see a big, I love whales.
But I've grabbed onto a dolphin and hugged it.
That'd be cool. Like, I feel like that'd be like I've always
it's amazing what you can do in the Caribbean for $100.
See, that's my type of thing. That's like I'm not. There is a part of me that loves the fear of death. What's actions like when I mountain bike, like I push it. Like I like the action sports, but I know now that as my age, I can't do. I used to like the action sports because I was good enough not to die. But as the action sports, as I get older, I was going to take the mountain bike on the road today, so.
I've seen some people out in like Utah, Arizona that mountain bike and like they're going down the spine of a mountain that's 6 inches wide and their tires 2 inches wide. And the craziest thing to me is they're like, you see that little 2-inch path, which means a bunch of people did this. Mm-hmm. And they're like, are you nuts? Like either left or right is certain death.
When you see the tire on this track, the tires go off. Like I'm like, that's right here where someone died.
Broke 27 bones.
Like because the one I think you're talking about is when you have small handlebars, you have to stay on that cliff to the right.
Yeah, it was like
it's
6
a walking
inches wide,
path, and those cats are mountain biking on it. Yeah. I'm like, that's where I go.
Yeah,
no.
And for every person,
even as a mountain biker, I can't
you're seeing the video of the guy that nailed it. But how many people fell off and broke every bone in their body to make that little
All you got
path
to do
down the middle.
is just get on Instagram and type in mountain bike crash, because Instagram shows you
brutal.
people dying. I don't know if you're an Instagram guy or not, but
I am a huge Instagram guy.
Every morning I wake up and I start my day and I go, oh, God, people getting hit by cars.
My Instagram is usually like fishing, like someone's catching this marlin, and someone's catching a giant trevally, and I'm like, oh, that like psychs me up for my ambition for the day. I'm like, all right, let me go to work, kill it, make money, so someday I can go on one of these epic trips to catch a giant trevally.
Man, that's nuts watching those cats. I watched a dude almost get fucked. Like the whole boat got cleared out because they caught a marlin or whatever, a spearfish.
It was like flopping around.
It jumped from like 20 feet away, and it's like in the air. And they were like, oh! The guy that knew goes, get out! And the guy just told him, going, oh,
yeah, and it lands on the boat. It's has a sword.
Oh, dude! And first off, like even if you had 5 guys connect that, like you watch the guy get KO'd by the tail of a tuna.
Tuna, yeah.
Then he goes, Sap!
Hey,
good night. Can you imagine how? I mean, that tunas are so fast and strong. Half of the body of the tuna is slapping you in the face.
It broke your jaw, smashed your nose.
But man, I'd like to say, I'd love to see a blue whale, man. The biggest, it's a football field floating around in our worlds. The biggest animal that we as people nowadays have seen. You know, and it's docile, and it's. You can watch it like it literally.
I really want to go to Alaska.
It's so cold. The coldness seems crazy, but I'd like to see.
But normal people go there in June when like 40 degrees is.
I was about to say. So, but the water's still fucking freezing, no matter what.
Yeah, you're not jumping in there.
But if you get a whale splash and you're getting soaked with cold, I'd be okay with.
My brother used to go salmon fishing in Alaska, like commercial, for summer.
Which one, Garrett?
No, Murphy. Summer work for college. He go up there for like 6 weeks.
No, where at? Go out where?
Like Bristol Bay, Alaska. It's like where all those crab ships.
Yeah. Like the Bering Sea.
Yeah, but they all leave from where he was at, but they go way out.
Yeah, they go where like the storms are.
What he was doing, you stay close to land.
Oh, okay, because it's more.
You net.
He's not crabbing. He's more.
No, he's salmon fishing.
Oh,
so you like net salmon. You have these big nets you put out. You catch salmon, and then you take them to those big boats. Like he's got pictures up close of like Cornelia Marie and all those awesome. Deadliest catch boats.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because in the summer they're just vessels, right? So you unload, you weigh your salmon. You go, okay, you got 10,000 pounds of salmon. You put it on there, and then the next boat pulls up. You got 8,000 pounds of salmon. The next boat pulls up. You got 12,000 pounds of salmon. But these big boats can carry 100,000 pounds of salmon, and then they go into shore and they offload at the places that puts it into a can or into a package for you to get at Costco, whatever. And so
there's a packing plant right there?
Yeah, like not right there, but like those big vessels can cover some territory, right? So you get a few thousand pounds and you offload it into a big boat, and then you go keep doing what you're doing. So he's out there for 10 weeks or whatever, or 8 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever.
No, he's on a boat in the water.
It's like a 25-foot boat. It's not a small boat.
But it's not out into the rough Bering Sea.
It's not the big boats. Those boats that go out crabbing are
But they go out to the, right.
But those are 180, 220 foot
because they can handle the waves. So he doesn't go out, this boat
vessels,
doesn't.
Right?
Yeah, this boat doesn't go out to where it has to.
He's in a fishing boat.
I got you.
Right. So he's catching these salmon. Like in January, you don't do that shit. Right, you don't go out in these little.
Everything's frozen. That boat will be frozen.
Giant vessels out in the Bering Sea, and you drop these pods. It's different. So.
Yeah, because they're out there banging ice off of their boat. That little 25-foot boat just freeze 20 feet in and just sink.
Yeah, just be stuck.
Yeah, just be
like,
just
well,
sink. That motor's not
alive in April.
That motor's not pushing a boat full of ice.
No, I hope we're alive in April when this thaws out. Yeah. I'm like a glorified tater tot right now. Like, I hope someone puts us in the microwave because I'm not going to make it. No, it's a summer thing, but like it's still. So it's not like putting your life at risk, but still like a tough job, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't even know when we started talking about this. Now I got to rewind.
No, we don't need to. No, it's better just to keep.
Anyway, like it's an intense job. I know another guy, my friend I mentioned, has a recording studio. He does that in the summer. His family's from Alaska, and so he goes up there and he'll fish for like 6-8 weeks, and he makes a good amount of money. I mean, you make $12,000-$15,000 in like 10 weeks, decent money, and then he goes back to his life here or whatever. But it's not like terrifying. It's not like putting like
It's not like crab boat.
Not like the crab boats that go out there in January.
Dude, people, anybody
30-foot seas.
Dude, when they say like I'm again,
these people are in the bay.
I'd
They're
quit
like
immediately. You fucking kidding me? When I watch that shit, I'm like, no. Like you don't. When you watch it, you don't understand when somebody's out there with a rubber mallet beating ice off of the boat.
Yeah,
that means it's so cold that water's freezing on your face. It's like these dudes with these beards.
Their beards just ice.
I'm like, no, man, like no, it would be it. I couldn't do it. Even if you were like $1 billion for one crab season, I'd quit. Yeah. I'd probably quit day right before they took off.
It's not even about wimping out. It's just like, why?
No, it is. There's no way.
Yeah, like
I know myself. Like,
you're like, hey, I can make some money selling trading cards. I don't need to put my life at risk.
You know, fucking MTV comes, hey, we saw your pocket. We think it'd be great to try out the Bering Sea.
Yeah,
fuck you.
Yeah.
Why die? Yeah, no, I'm all set. Because that shit's just, there's a level of cold, like, you want me to take it?
Huh?
I was at your work phone. Oh, it's
what
not.
are you talking about?
Oh, it's not even a work phone.
No, it's probably a spam caller.
I tell you, like during COVID, I was so bored. I started with just texting random numbers, like random out of state numbers. So it's like 312 Chicago, you know. But then I start with like one number. Then I started just putting like.
Or you like find a number and you just
just random. Numbers. I'm talking. Yeah. I would type it 312 blah. Like anybody, I'd look at my phone, see who actually had a 312 number, or like Arizona
312-308-2675.
Yep, whatever.
I'm gonna text 2676.
Yes, and 76. Like I put them all in line, and I put them in a text group. I'd be like, I can't get milk. Who's stopping to get some? Yeah. Question mark. To four random people.
Who's producing right now?
And then
who's lactating?
Dude, the best is people like, what's this? I would just start random conversations. Like I would just post random shit. Like a dog that was lost. I'd Google a random picture of a Cocker Spaniel, but like, listen, I know you guys have been talking about my dog, but I'm serious. I need him back. I would just say the most, and I'd get into a big group conversation. People get so pissed. Who the fuck is? I don't want to be in this group. How do I? And it's best when it was green, because then you couldn't leave. I was like, I got a couple Android cats in here.
You can't exit. That's so fucking frustrating. Like if you're Android and you agreed to a group chat, and you're like, I don't belong on this. Sorry, you're stuck for life. You Android can't leave the iPhone group chat. We have you by the balls.
You're goddamn right we do.
There's no option to leave the group chat. They're like, look, you didn't buy an iPhone, so we're going to restrict this to you. You cannot leave. Yeah. The original trilogy, Star Wars. Mm-hmm. We're going to watch episodes 1 through 3. Like those would be like trilogy days, like the lazy Sundays.
Well, now you can do that 3 times with Star Wars, technically.
Now you can do 3 different trilogy days.
You can watch the original 3 and then skip the next 6.
Episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
4, 5, 6,
and 7, 8, 9 on 3 different days.
You know, the only thing I really loved about the original. Well, the first 3. I don't mean when I say I mean episode 1, 2, and 3.
First 3, you mean episodes 4, 5, and 6?
Yes. Is Natalie Portman was so hot. She was so hot at the time. Like I was like, damn.
Like you're cheering for that weird tiger.
Because like the first time, what was it? Princess Leia and the gold bikini, but boring. But then like when
you're cheering for the little Siberian tiger Newt looking.
Oh, when it rips her shirt.
Yeah, you're like, rip her shirt off.
That's such an iconic moment for every guy.
Yeah. And like he swipes and she goes, and it just rips off the perfect ribs down.
Yep.
Like.
I watched that in the theater too, like,
hey,
you look that way, I'll look this way.
Are all of your episodes this nerdy? Let's start with chemistry and end with Star Wars?
Probably. Or, yeah. The best thing you can do if you want to have some fun, start any one of my episodes, okay? Yeah.
And anyone, just go to the beginning and the end.
Listen 3 minutes, and then fast forward 2 hours. No, not the last. Don't go to the last, because it'll just be volume.
You're just drunk.
It'll just be loud. Normally when they end, usually when I get people that are too drunk by the end, we're just screaming stuff.
Yep.
But that's the best. Is just start Listen, first 3 minutes. Oh, I'm a biochemist of a velociraptor chromio syndrome. And then I shit myself.
Yeah,
in church.
I like Jell-O pudding pops, and does this rag smell like chloroform?
All right, so hey, look, so we're at about 2 hours 45 minutes. So
whatever you want, man.
We're gonna end.
Okay.
With this, so here's what I want you to do.
Okay, questions. We're talking about some questions.
I'm going to send you. I'm going to send you a link.
How in depth are we going to get on this?
This is called a random word generator.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to send you this link, and what you're going to do is you're basically going to go.
Do I need to open my phone right now?
Well, one of the ones, yeah. I mean, all right. So, might have sent it to you twice, but just click on one of those ones.
My garage door just opened. Okay.
So once you're here, basically, this thing at the top of the page is going to allow you to generate a random word.
words. Okay, I got it.
Okay, so here's the deal.
Generate random words.
Now, here's what we're going to do.
Okay, what we're going to do.
You're going to hit the generate whatever word you see.
Did it.
You're going to say a word. I have to say the first thing I think of when you say that
word.
The
word, approve. Yep. Approve.
Oh, sorry. We got to start all. I wasn't even ready for you to. So hit a new word.
Okay. Deputy.
Mayor. My turn. Okay. Cell.
Biology.
Okay. Cell biology.
Precision.
Cooking.
Okay.
Sausage.
Fest.
Sausage fest. That's a good one.
Get ridge.
Line.
Okay.
It's not a
if you want to borrow my truck, let me know.
Is that what it is? It's a Honda Ridgeline?
Yeah.
Bathtub.
Gin.
Bathtub gin? is that what you? Hey baby, I'm gonna take a bath. Can you make me a bath gin real quick?
How long you been in that bathtub?
smells like pine cones in here.
Inside.
Outside.
Okay. I'm glad you didn't say you. Okay.
Night.
Mayor? That was delayed.
Dan, you looked away like you didn't want to talk about the last nightmare you had. Night.
I thought about it right away, but I didn't want to know about me and my dementia. Drive.
Time. Okay. Drive time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Message.
Bored? That's so boring.
On the same, man.
So boring. Like, oh yeah, I'm checking the message board to see if anyone's interested.
Like you're on like some chat.
To see if anyone's interested in buying this.
You're in some
air
chat.
fryer. Yeah. Like, I made nuggets twice and they were okay. But,
chat board.
Like,
makes great fillets.
Yeah.
New word. Go.
Holiday.
Time.
That's
holiday. I was thinking as a manager, we have holiday times coming. I don't know why I just went holiday time. Yeah. Owl.
Owl? Owlery.
Literally.
Owlery.
You were like, too many.
Oh.
Owlery.
I just pictured three of them in my head and I got really freaked out.
You just scream.
They're after me.
They're everywhere.
They're sending messages. All right. Harvest.
Time?
Yeah, we're going the same way. We're back to that like 3-word thing. We're on the same page.
Pan.
Pam. I think I'd help with this whole pan bam thing.
Are you saying Pam?
The N is N silent.
You know what? Yeah. Now I understand the suits.
Now the tuxedo seems pretty fucked up.
The fart.
Yeah. Oh, this is the same word. Summer.
Time.
Okay.
Suit.
Pants.
Nice.
Boots and pants and boots and pants.
Boots and pants. Boots.
Sharp.
Dull.
Ugh.
Boring, I know. Needle.
Haystack.
I was like, needle dick.
Needle dick. No name, needle dick. Water sucks. It really sucks. Contradiction.
Diction chondrum.
Okay.
Miracle. Okay.
It was not one word. I thought about the 1981 Olympic.
I always thought you were going to say, I thought you were going to say, was it Russia?
There's a lot of like Miracle.
What's it called? Miracle on Ice.
Grow is
Miracle
one
on
word.
Ice.
But yeah, Miracle
I thought
on
you were
Ice.
going to go
So when
on
you said
ice.
Miracle, I'm like, 1981 Olympic
You didn't even
Games.
call it what it was.
Yeah, 1980. 1980 USS.
You were like, first
R
quarter.
versus USA.
You should go and play by play.
Yeah. Pneumonia.
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 Truth.
Dare.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, of course. Unity. Garden.
Unity. Unity Garden. I was like, I'm going. I did my. I go UNITY. I think that's like a '90s rap song.
There's a.
Is that not
Operation Ivy song called Unity? And when I saw Unity, I was like,
UNITY.
Unity. Yeah.
Oh, is this me?
I think it's your turn.
Ring.
Forest.
Ring Forest.
Ring or rain?
Oh, I said ring.
Ring? I thought you said rain. I was like, oh, ring forest.
That old ring forest. He'll get to ringing.
Yeah. This is a guy running around in the woods with one of those jewelers.
Like a monocle.
In his eye. Just going, oh,
What you got
look
there?
what I found here. It's like the worst movie ever.
Yeah.
Safety.
Time.
You should dance.
Episode.
1.
Nice. Yeah.
I was already on topic of what we were talking about.
I figured that was coming.
It's too much of a layup. Master.
Bader.
Of course.
Rumor.
Mill.
Nice. Yeah.
Crime.
Time.
Crime time.
Crime time.
I think you said time like for 4 answers.
We rhymed. Have I keep saying time?
Time.
Well, crime time.
Baking. Time.
I feel like that's somebody's like catchphrase. It's crime time.
Yeah. Master. Time.
Master time.
Helmet. Time. Drinking. Time. You're
Drink,
saying time.
drink time.
It's just always time for something.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Flavor.
Gum.
Mm.
Like the zebra.
No, I got you. No, I'm in there. I get it.
Yeah, with you. Decade.
Time. Shine.
Time. Everything's associated with time.
Did I say time again?
Yeah, you make it.
Oh, you said decade time.
I did. I said decade.
You said time 3 times in a row?
No, it's like 7. I think you said decade like gum.
Well,
time.
Stop. I did not say time
Shoes.
for gum.
Time.
Did I say? Oh, I might have said
You said time so many times. Are you a clockmaker by trade?
Maybe. Number.
Time.
See, that could work.
Take.
Me. I wanted to say time. You could take time.
Yeah,
you could take time. I just said
time.
me because I didn't want to.
The first time it fits, you go you go a different direction. Stop
Touching my penis, Grandpa.
I'm sorry, I cannot.
Seasonal.
Depression.
I was going to say allergies, but I'm glad you went a different way.
I'm like, I haven't fished.
I can't
haven't
take
gone
it.
fishing in 3 months. God damn it.
Everything's
I'm ready to
frozen.
explode.
I'm going to set fire to all of this.
Autumn, fuck you.
You goddamn...
The leaves are changing. I'm changing.
You dumb groundhog. I don't want more weeks. So listen. We do.
Okay.
I did pre-warn you. We do have to, one segment. We're at 3 hours. Look at that.
Yeah, we cruised through. We could have gone for 6.
Oh, easy. So before we
We'll be here
leave,
till 11 o'clock tonight.
yes, if you're listening,
If you really care.
if you're listening still at 3
Google
hours
it.
and 20
It's
minutes,
Googleable, and we don't have Google.
yes, and also we don't speak English very well. We
At
try.
this point, when you finish an entire bottle of scotch, you can't be held to facts and figures.
Bingo. Got to be Scottish. Was that Scottish?
That's pretty good.
It was. I
You're
kind of
like,
call
head,
it. I kind of call it.
now.
Heed pants no.
Go cry yourself.
He's gonna
to
climb
sleep
down that
on a
huge
beach.
pillar. Yes, dude. See, this joke works nowhere else.
Nobody knows.
I love hanging out with people. They're like,
If 200 people listen to this, 2 knew what we were talking about.
dude, what a great move! Like the heed thing. Literally, you're the
Heed
only
pants
besides my
now.
brother. You're the only one that has gotten that. I used to go. He's gonna cry himself to sleep on that huge pillar, and then people go, yeah, I'd have a regular sized pillow. I'm like, it's a joke. It's a.
He's
So I
got a
married an
giant
ex,
head.
but whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
it's got a giant head. So good.
if that gentleman in the corner is Seabass, I say that so many times.
Yeah. That guy over there.
Yeah, he wants to pick up our check. Seabass. If that gentleman in the corner is Seabass, I say that all the fucking time, and I want
Just give me this cheek.
I want just a little laugh. Like, if
He's
it
like-
times it out right, like, well, if somebody asks me a question, well, if that
like, where'd
gentleman
you-
in the corner is Seabass, they're like, what are you fucking
He's
talking
like, where'd
about?
you think of that? And he goes, I saw it in a movie. He goes, and it worked in the movie?
No.
In the movie, he caught up with him a half mile down
Slit
the
his
road. and
throat.
slit his throat.
Yeah. So, hey,
We can cut it off if you.
But before we end, I'd like to give a chance to first off say thanks. I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
You've always been a funny ass dude and a very smart dude, which I knew that some of these games I was like, I think he's pretty
gonna
quick witted.
connect. Yeah.
Very quick witted, yeah. And I was like, I didn't think it'd be fucking second time. Like, literally, we murdered it. Like, the game, I was like,
The
well,
game was
shit.
almost no fun. We crushed
That was
it.
supposed to be an hour. We just, we just
3 minutes.
knocked that shit out real quick. But no, man, so give you a chance to, say, your shout outs to whoever you'd like, and then, your goodbye, if you will. And then I'm going to sing, we'll together, End of the Road by Boys to Men.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm good with that. My shout outs is anything we talked about. My personal life. Sorry for my wife having to listen to it. Fortunately, nobody she knows will probably listen to this.
That's good.
And then later today, I'll probably go into the hop station for trivia. So shout out to my fellas, my boys up there.
You got Catch Your Meeting out there for
Yeah,
trivia?
those are my only shout outs.
You going out the hop station for some trivia?
Yeah, you want to come up?
No, I've been way too drunk, so I would cause a scene, and I'm bad at trivia. So,
Okay.
but
Anyway, those are my
yeah,
shout outs.
love.
I don't
Hop
need
Station.
shout outs, but that's not.
Yeah, but no, Hop Station is awesome because first off, it was what I saw while I was peeing. Jim Carrey climbing out of the butt of the rhino. I go, you know
And the
what?
soccer goal.
I'm
Yeah.
like, this is where
These
I'm
are my
going to come.
people.
This
These
is
are my
where I'm.
people.
Yeah, I was like, and all the Star
feel
Wars
you.
shit, and the big Yoda, the baby Yoda when you walk in.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
For sure.
My problem is I love really, really good beer. I like high percentage beer.
And there's like so many, and then you drink 3, and you're like, fuck. How do I get out of here?
I make a lot of bad decisions when I drink heavily outside of my house, so I try to
Well, you're
stay.
like 3 beers seems reasonable, but then when they were like
9%, yeah.
you're like that was not reasonable.
When I'm like, can I
I'm
have my
hammered.
third hop slam? I fucking love
Yeah, I'm
hop
hammered.
slam. Oh, I love hop slam 10%. That hop slam is so fucking. Have you had hop slam? Right, you have hop slam.
Yeah.
It does not taste like it's 10%.
The Cora. What am I talking about? Toppling Goliath. Toppling Goliath King Sue. So easy to drink, but it's like 8 point something percent. And like, I'll just put down 3 of them. Like,
Yeah.
it's nothing. I'm like, I just had 9 beers.
And then you're just re-roofing your basement. You're like, wait,
I just
what
had
am I?
9 beers. How did this happen?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I ate a pizza.
Oh,
I'm
it is for
hammered.
sure,
Call
dude.
me the Uber.
Yeah. See, I can't do the milk stouts and stuff like that are really, 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 really high.
Well, some of those are like 14%.
Yeah, I know, like, but they're
That's
so
why they come in
filling.
a little glass.
Yeah, but
it's a
it's-
good
you
thing
can
that
get
they're
those-
filling.
Yeah, you can get those
because
big
if they
ones that
weren't
are-
filling, you'd be hammered.
Well, yeah, because I would just be like, no, I don't want this. Or it would have to taste like grain alcohol. Because if it's not filling,
It'd just be like
you have to add flavor.
Because
to
otherwise,
make
I'd be drinking like pints of whiskey.
it. Yeah. It's
Glenlivet-
brought to you
Glenlivet.
by Chromatography. It's a level of when you're taking pictures of your stasis. What was your question?
My question was, is this over? Are we done?
Can we please leave?
Have we ran to it? Can we
Oh,
upload this at this
shit.
point, or are we just talking?
Are you ready? How do I sing? Wait, that might be the
I think
wrong.
it's
What did I
a
say I was
song.
going to sing? Thank you for listening to KQ.